You can't hear me. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Hi, everybody. Oh my God. Why do I do that? Why do I put it on silent when I set it up? Thank you, Barry, for letting me know. Boo. Yes, I was on mute. I'm so sorry. Welcome, welcome, Barry, mint chocolate chip balls. Zed, I saw Tina. Ryan's here. I'm sorry, you guys. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Thank you for telling me I had it on mute. What a dum-dum. Really? Seriously. Dum da dum dum dum. Hi everybody. Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday. Richard. Yes, you reminded me, Ryan. Thank you so much. You were all here but me. Hi, Sono. Good morning, Sono is all about freedom. My buddy. Mint chocolate chip says, good morning, Sono. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Sorry about that. Color My World. Hello, Color My World. Happy Friday. Yes. Friday. Yay, it's Friday. Hi, Zed. Nothing like talking to yourself. I do it all the time. I do it all the time. I'm the only one that listens to myself, too. Sono says, good morning to mint chocolate chip balls. Ryan says, hi, Sono. Sono says, Ryan is all over it. That's right. I forget things, guys. Mint chocolate chip balls says, how are you this fine Friday morning, Kelly? I'm good. I'm good, Richard. I'm good. I'm really good. I went to the beach this morning, and if you guys did not go see that members only short from the beach, go watch it. The sunrise this morning was magnificent, you guys. It was one for the books. Mint Chocolate Chip says, good morning, Color My World. Sono says, good morning to Brian. And I say, good morning to everybody. Da 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 da. Reinhardt's channel. Good morning, Reinhardt's channel. Sono says, good morning to Ryan. Mint Chocolate Chip says, good morning, Color My World. Reinhardt's channel, good morning, good morning. Reinhardt's channel, how are ya? Someone says, maybe I should do more vertical streams for subs. Yeah, it gets you out there more. You should, Sono, absolutely. Richard says, I forgot I existed, so I stopped in front of the mirror. Aw, you just stop that. I like you. Ryan says, I got up early to get here on time. Aw, Ryan, that's so sweet, thank you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. We're on all day long. Just stop in. You don't have to get up early, but thank you so much. Hi, Sono. Sono said hi. The Reinhardt's channel says you guys are dope AF. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says hi, Reinhardt's channel. Look who's here when Larry sings. Hi, Larry. Larry says, good morning, Daisy in chat. Larry, I played your concert yesterday, but it was after the concert. And you were fantastic, by the way. Good job, Larry. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hey, Larry, what's up? Ryan says, but I wanted to. Oh, thank you, Ryan. You're so sweet. You are so sweet. You guys are also great. So I want to show you what I found this morning. First, I found this. Right? I found this one. Let me show you. I found this. And then I found this. They were right in front of me this morning. Right in my path. And if they're in my path, I pick them up. Cool, huh? I put them on my fridge. I have a whole collection. Larry says, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Larry. I hate when I miss you. I watch your replays. Um, Mint chocolate chip balls, am I up early or late? Well, here it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Where you are, it's like what? 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Oh, Larry says, or someone says, hey, Larry. Mint chocolate chip, birds of a feather. Yeah, birds of a feather. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, I love them. I only pick them up when they're right in my path. I don't go looking for them. And if I see them in the distance, I don't go get them. I only pick them up if they're right directly in my path because I think then that's a sign. Solus is mid-flock together. Matthew Fields is here. What was that? Hi, Matthew. What was what? There was a plane. Did you hear a plane? Maybe you heard a plane. Make your own shuttlecock? What's a shuttlecock? Is that a badminton thing? Ryan says, I was in Kage's stream waiting until your live stream. I was in Kage's too, which is one of the reasons I'm running a little bit late. I hung out with Kage, and then I hung out with Handmade and Homegrown. I stopped in to see Melly Dons this morning. Watched a few things and put me behind. Mint chocolate chip ball says, hey, Matthew. Sonal says, hey, Matthew too. Matthew says, you had. Oh, feathers. I found some feathers this morning. They're beautiful, aren't they? You see them? Yeah. They're feathers, so I put them in Daisy's stroller. Mike the Bike Dasher. Hey, Mike, how's it going, buddy? Everybody say hi to Mike the Bike Dasher. My buddy Mike. Hard-working Mike. And I love the dogs with Lucy, or the walks with Lucy. Mike's using emojis. Hi, Mike. Mint chocolate chip says, is it a plane? Is it a plane? Is it a bird? No, it's missing Daisy May. Oh, Richard, you're so sweet. Brylon Farmer's here. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. I think I stopped by her last night. I get confused. Mint chocolate chip ball says, hello, Mike. Mike says, hello, Brylon Farm. Richard says, hey, Brylon Farm. Seagull. Yeah, maybe. Might be a seagull. That's what I'm thinking. Mike says hello to CS. Matthew says, my watch time hours are slowly going up. Generally, yep, they go up. Matthew, keep working hard. You'll get there. Remember back in the day when you were so worried about subs and I told you to worry about your watch time? The watch time is harder to get for most people. Keep working, Matthew. You're going to get there. I know you are. You're determined. You'll do it. Someone says, I was lurking in Kage's stream and gave him a like, having trouble waking up. Aw, you having trouble waking up? Can you go back to sleep for a while? Maybe you need more sleep. Brylon Farm says, hi. Hi, Stacy. Matthew says, Corn Man Mike. Yeah, Corn Man Mike. You know him. Someone says, hello to Mike. Ryan says, my dad got me a new shirt. Nice. What color is it? What color new shirt did you get? That was really nice of your dad. Someone says hello to Stacy. Alfredo's here. Alfredo. He says, hey, Kelly. Sonal, Mint, Mike, and Brylon Farm. Hi, Alfredo. How you doing, buddy? Mint chocolate chip balls using emojis. Thank you. Someone says hello, Alfredo. So does Richard say hello, Alfredo. Mike says hello, Matthew, with emojis. Someone says, I see a crab cloud. Oh, crab cloud. I like it. Mike says hello to Alfredo. Matthew says, yep. Mint chocolate chip balls says, I see a bird. I see a bird. My watch hours are 13:22. Oh yeah, you're almost halfway to 3,000. Awesome, Matthew. Keep working hard, buddy. You're gonna do it. I know you'll do it because you're determined to do it. Keep plugging away. Anne's here. Anne from Anne's Place is here. She says, hello, all you lovely people. Hello, you lovely lady. How are you? Hi, Anne. Welcome. Dundee in the gym is here. Hi, Dundee. He says, hi, all. Anne and Dundee are here. Oh, hi, guys. Mint chocolate chip says, I see. Alfredo says, hey, Anne. Mint chocolate chip ball says, hey, Dundee. Dundee says, hi, Anne. Matthew says, my sub count is 1417. Awesome, Matthew. That's fantastic. Awesome, Matthew. Someone says, maybe a strong coffee will wake me up. I believe you're right. Ryan says it's a gray shirt. Oh, nice, Ryan. Awesome, Ryan. Cool. Dundee says good day, Minty. Mint. Sono says hello, Dundee. Ryan says a Harley Davidson shirt. Oh, cool. That's cool, Ryan. My sister collects Harley Davidson shirts. That's cool. Dundee says good day, Sono. Sono says hello to Ann. Ann says hi to everybody. Hi, Ann. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Matthew says I'm trying to get all of my mods to play my playlist. Oh, yes. People playing your playlist will help. Absolutely. Are you subscribed to my vacation channel? Because this morning I was trying to put somebody on my vacation channel and I couldn't find them. So people working on watch hours, if you subscribe to my vacation channel, I play a lot of content on that channel. I don't use the channel, but I use it to watch content, play content. All right? Everybody check out Matthew Fields if you can help him out playing a playlist. Mint Chocolate Chip says, I need coffee. Matthew says, hi, Ann, how you doing? Sono says, Matthew, I will play your playlist today. See, Sono will help you. I will help you. I'll play it. Matter of fact, I'll go do it in a couple minutes. As long as you're on my vacation channel, because that's the one I use. Ryan says, same, I do too. Matthew says, thanks. Sono says, you're welcome. Seti's here. Hi, Seti. Welcome, Seti. Welcome, Seti. Everybody say hi to Seti. He says, hello, Sono. Good morning, Fa. Welcome. Good morning, good morning. Min says, hi, Seti. Sono says, hello, Seti. Seti says, hi, Matthew Fields. Barry says, why did Waldo go to therapy? Because he needed to find himself. I love it, Barry. Thank you for that. I wanted to play that so bad last night, but my internet was not cooperating. Maybe we can play today. Seti says, hi, Ann. Ryan says, how do you do? How do you do? Seti says, hello to Ryan. Ann says, hi, Seti. And I'm caught up. I'm caught up in the chat. I'm caught up in the chat. Mike says, hey, Ryan, go to earn on your YouTube studio. Min says, my watch hour says 13.17. Well, if you start to build a channel, you let us know. Barry says, hello, Seti. Ann says, you skipped me. I did not skip you. Ann said, hi, Seti. Where's my friend? Oh, I did skip you. She says, I only got halfway editing the chubby fat cat video, then got bored with it and just took a nap instead. And you just got up? That's good, Ann. You should be doing that. If that's what you want to do, you do that. And you're right, I did miss you. I'm so sorry. Mint says, hi, Fa. Seti says, hi, Fa. Mike says, hello, Seti. Seti says, hello, Mike Dasher. Seti says, hi, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Mike says, hi, Barry, LOL. Seti says, hi, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Solon says, hey, Q. All right. I think I didn't skip you now. Scroll up. You know me. I'm so dumb. I am so stupid. Thank you, Ann. How is everybody? Happy Friday, folks. Happy Friday. How about this cloud? What does that look like? That looks like a dog. Doesn't it look like a dog? Here's the dog's head. Here's the dog's body. This is the dog's tail. What do you think? Handmade Homegrown's here. Hello, Handmade Homegrown. Welcome. Ryan says, Ryan. Mint Chocolate Chip says it's going to take Gold Star back. Cat. Looks like a cat. Okay. I see a mermaid. Ann says, I decided Chubby took his family to Madagascar this time. I got to watch that, Ann. I'm going to have to catch up on you. I think Barry's working on watch time. Barry, are you working on watch hours? Min says, good morning, Handmade Homegrown. Yeah, Handmade Homegrown, how are you? You see the dog's head now? It also looks kind of like a whale, right? Kind of looks like a whale. Chicken. It looks like a chicken. Seti says, hi, Bralon. Look at the wing. I also see an iguana going this way. Like this is the head of the iguana, and that's the tail of the iguana. It could be a poodle, a dog scratching. Hi, Lisa smiles a lot. Let's go back. What did I miss? Handmade and homegrown. Thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning. Using emojis too. Thank you. Handmade and homegrown. Gonna take back the gold star. Barry says, I see a mermaid. Mint says, good morning, handmade and homegrown. Brylan sees a chicken. Look at the wing. It's a poodle. It's a dog scratching. Lisa's here. Good one, Barry. Good morning, handmade homegrown says good morning to Mint. Barry says a dragon. Oh, it does look like a dragon. Yes, it does. And says, oh, I learned something I didn't know before. Someone posted the YouTube rules about how playlist watching works. Yeah. Mary's Gigs posted it too. Yes. Good information on that, Ann. Yep. Bryland Farms Dragon. Yeah. Sadie says, hi, handmade, homegrown. Someone says, hello, handmade. Lisa says, a dolphin. I see a dolphin. Yep. I see that too, Lisa. Yep. A rooster, Matthew. Yeah, a rooster too. Cool, guys. Mint says, hi to Lisa. Bryland Farms, it's a dragon it is. Dragon. Sadie says, oh, hello, Lisa. Smiles a lot. Sona says, I see a dancing dragon. Yeah. Yep. Lisa says, good morning, everyone. Hey, Lisa. Good morning, beautiful lady. Min says, Spyro the Dragon. There you go. Anne says, one thing that stood out as it said, anyone watching your playlist over more than twice, only 2 times will count. Thereafter, it doesn't count. That's why I always try to watch a different playlist. Some people have, really, really long playlists, and you could play part of it, and then you could play part of it again. Some people have shorter playlists with only a few videos. I usually will replay live streams for them. I just do what I can do. If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, I'm trying to help. Someone says, I see an airplane. Matthew says she was mad yesterday at someone. Uh-oh. Who's she? Matthew, who was mad at who? Brylan Farm says, I missed the playlist thing. Can you give a quick summary? Let me grab my iPad. I sure can. I'm looking for it. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. All right. Here it is. I'll read it to you. Just give me 1 minute to catch up in the chat. Brylan, yes, I will give you a summary. Barry says, Mickey Mouse over the tree. Mickey Mouse. Handmaid says, hello, Sadie, and hello, Sono. Mint Chalk Chip says, I see 2 boats, 3 houses, 16 trees, and a lock. Matthew says, Mary. Oh, Mary was mad at somebody? Brylan Farm says, dang, I always go for the longest playlist thinking it helps. Good info. Sono says, Stacy's still playing yours. Oh, good. And says, my poor hubby had all 3 of his phones run my playlist over and over. He was getting frustrated because it's not showing all those hours he did. Yeah, they know. They know when you're doing it. But you know what? Use different accounts too. Use one account to watch and then use a different account to watch. And then delete your history. And then you could rewatch, you know what I mean, that way. And says, now I tell him tonight to stop it because it doesn't count. Ryan says, I agree with you, Daisy May. Thank you, Ryan. Brian Farm says, I think they know family accounts and those don't count for sure. I asked ChatGPT. Matthew says, I just have 2 more to my playlist. Added 2 more. Good. Brian says, mods watching does count if not from same household. See, normally, like, I'll put something on TV under my husband's account. It's totally different than me. You know what I mean? Different email, different totally everything. But mostly that's when I'm in bed, like at night. But a lot of times during the day, I'll run a playlist, or a playlist or a live stream. Yeah, I don't know. So, all right, you ready? I'm going to read it to you. It says YouTube does track views on playlists as a separate metric. When a viewer watches a video within a playlist, the watch time for that video still gets attributed to the original video's creator, not the playlist creator if they are different. Watch time from playlists contributes to the overall watch hours needed for monetization eligibility. Playlists help YouTube understand the content themes of a channel and it can increase the chances of viewers subscribing. While playlists can increase watch time, repeatedly playing your own videos or playlists in an attempt to artificially inflate views is against YouTube policies and will not be effective. So it doesn't say that your family can't watch. It says that you can't watch repeatedly. You can watch. You can. I think you get like 2 views yourself, and then after that it won't count. There you go. Da 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 da. Ba da ba 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 ba. Seti says, hello, Daisy May. Hi, Seti. Skits is here. Hello, Skits. Hello, YouTubers. Hi, Skits. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. And it says, Brylon, he used business phones at work that is not connected to me in any way. That doesn't make sense, Ann. If they're not connected, they should count. Unless they're all under the same exact email account. See, because Google owns, YouTube, and most people use a Gmail, you know what I mean? So separate email accounts too. Sadie says hi to Skits. Skits, how you doing, buddy? Happy Friday. So knows I thought mods don't count as viewers in a live stream. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, they count. Any kind of viewer in a live stream counts. Skits says happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday, Skits, my buddy. Good to see you last night, real quick. Mint Chocolate Chip says Skits, welcome. Sono says Skits, the signaler is here. Lisa smiles a lot, says hi, Seti. Brian says thank you for clarifying, Kelly. Oh, you know what? And I could be wrong, Stacy. I mean, I just reading what Mary put up there. But the rest of it, like, I just run what I can run. I mean, I'm doing it hoping it counts towards people. That's all we can do, right? Nobody really knows how it all works. Nobody I know, anyway. Someone says hello, Lisa. Seti says hi, Lisa. Greg's here from Maine. Hi, Greg. Good morning from Maine. How you doing, Greg? Welcome. And it says, oh, I don't watch my own ever. Oh, I do. I watch my own. I love watching my shorts. Like, I like watching Daisy and the cat Magic. It's funny, right? Seti says, hi, Greg. Min says, good morning to Greg. Matthew says, Greg, I sub to you. Greg says hello. Greg says hello, SS. Dundee in the gym says hi, Skits. Dundee in the gym is here. Lisa says hi, Skits. Someone says Shearbear will be here any minute. Skits says hi, Seti. Hi, Mint Chocolate Chip. Hi, the signaler. Happy Friday to you and all you in chat. We love you, Skits. Greg says hi, Mint Chocolate Chip. Hello, Matthew. Seti says hey, Dundee in the gym. Skits says hi, Lisa. Happy Friday, my friend. And says no, they are not. They're not. That should count. I don't know, Ann. Keep doing what you're doing, Ann, because you're growing. You're growing. You're going to get there. Ryan says hi to Ann. Sono says, okay, I was confused. I'm confused all the time, Sono. Skits says, hey, Skits. Dundee, good day, you legend. Brylan Farm says, I had heard that Sono. That's why I asked Chat GP specifically. I'll cut and paste if I can find it. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I just do the best I could do to try to help people. Ryan says, I'll be right back. I'm going to tell Kage and Molly that you're live streaming. You don't have to do that, Ryan. You don't have to go tell them. It's okay. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, I don't go live, so I'm not bothered by the rules. There you go. You can do whatever you want, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. That's right. Lisa says hi to Sono. Stacy, Sono says, thanks, Stacy. Greg says, thanks, Matthew. Sonal says, you too, Skits. Ann says, nah, I saw them enough while creating them. Once I've loaded them, I don't want to ever see them again. I'm done with it. Ah, Ann, you're too cute. Lee Lou is here. Hey, Sebastian, how are you? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome, Lee Lou. He says, hey, Daisy May. Ryan says, hi. Ryan says, I'm back. Hi, Ryan. Welcome back. Welcome. Sonal says, hello, Lee Lou. Skit says, we love you too. Kelster, I love you, buddy. Brian Farm says, copy and paste. Yes, watch hours for moderators do count toward YouTube's 4,000 hour monetization requirement, as long as they are watching from a regular user account, not through YouTube Studio. Oh, good. I don't watch anything through YouTube Studio. Kage's here. Kage says, good morning. Nice taking a walk with you this morning, Kage, which is one of the reasons I was a little bit late. Welcome, Kage. Good to see you. I went for another walk. Yeah, he went for a walk, and he took us with him. Sonal says, thank you to Stacy. Lilu says, hey, Sonal, Skits afternoon. Brian Farm says, the video must be public, not private, unlisted, or deleted. And the viewing must appear organic, no looping or automated. Thank you, Stacy. Mint Chocolate Chip Balls says, I stopped growing 20 years ago. Ryan says, hey, Kage. Skits says, getting Lee. Happy Friday, bro. Brian Farm says, as long as moderators engage with the content like any typical viewer, their watch time contributes to the overall public watch hours. There you go. Thank you, Stacy. Good information, everybody. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hey, Lee Lou. Lee says, hey, Mint Chocolate Chip, how are you? Someone says, Skits, I'm smiling because Lisa is here. Lisa's here. Skits says, Kage, get in, bro. Lee Lou says, how's everybody? Matthew says, Lee Lou, I sub to you. Sadie says, hi to Kage. Sonal says, good morning, Kage. Lisa says, hi, Lee Lou. Ann says, oh, sorry, I lied. I do watch it once when it's just loaded to check if I miss any editing. You're too much. Luminary Shine Fishing is here. Hello, young lady. She says, good morning, Miss Daisy. Oh, you guys, if you've not checked out Luminary Shine Fishing, you need to check her out. She is like the sweetest girl ever. And she fishes, you guys. And she's beautiful. And she's sweet and kind. Thank you for stopping in, Luminaries. Sonal says, hello, Luminaries. Lee Lou says, back at you, Matthew, sir. Skid says, oh, the signaler, I'm glad you're smiling, brother. Lee Lou says, hey, Lisa. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, Skits and Lee Lou, I sub to you. Sub to both of you. Lisa says, hey, Sonal, thanks. Luminary says, hi, Sonal. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hey, Luminaries. Sonal says, you're welcome, Lisa. Luminary says, hi, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Seti says, hi, Lee Lou. Excuse me. Skit says, I sub to Mint Chocolate Chip. Luminary says, hi to Lisa. Mint says, appreciate it, thumbs up. Matthew says, you have a calm and mellow voice. Thank you, Matthew. Whoops. Luminary says, oh, thanks. Oh, you're so sweet. Ann says, yeah, and that's when I see all the little details I forgot about, LOL. Ann, you're crazy. You're crazy. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, I have LOL. She takes her doll with her also. Brian Farms is going there now. Luminary, nice to meet you. Oh, yeah, she's wonderful. Lee Lou says, hey, Seti. Luminary says, hi, Ann. Mint Chocolate Chip says, I watch her cat, a pregnant rainbow trout. Oh, catch her. Yes, awesome, Mint. Stop the Luminaries. Aren't you adorable? Isn't she beautiful, you guys? She is so sweet. Brylan says, I'm a girl too, FYI, not being creepy yet. Brylan Farm's not creepy. She's just being like, yeah, because you're just cute. Ann says, hi, Luminaries. Lisa says, hi, Luminaries. Min says, she is. She's adorable. Sadie says, good morning. Hi, Luminaries. Sonal says, Ann on a roll today. You know Ann. She's crazy. We love Ann, though. Right? How can you not love Ann? Tell me. Tori's here. Tori's here. Sorry, guys. Sadie says, hi, Lee Lou. Ryan says, Luminaries, I just subbed to your channel. Thank you, Ryan. Ann says, good, you said that, brother, and I was just about to flirt. Ann. Ann flirts with girls and boys. Tori's a member for 2 months. Hey, Tori, welcome, girl. Lee Lou says, Seti, how are you? Luminary says, hi, Seti. Lee Lou says, hey, Tori, lovely to see you. Luminary says, hi, Tori. Seti says, hi, Ann's Place. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hey, Tori, what's up? Someone says, hello, Tori. Glad you got your main channel back. Ryan says, hi to Tori. Welcome, Tori. How's it going? Tori is not doing very well, you guys. She needs a lot of love and prayers. Luminary says, got you back. Hi, Ryan. Awesome. Awesome, everybody. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It is tea time. I do have a cup of tea here. I'm just getting it ready. I'm so behind. And says, I don't flirt with girls intentionally, but I do accidentally, though. You're just a flirt, young lady. You just are a flirt. I'm just messing with you anyways, Ann. I love you, Ann. Here you go, guys. Cheers to you guys. Brand spanking new cup of tea. Welcome to tea time. Welcome to tea time. What kind of tea do you drink? This is green tea. Uh-oh, I hear music. It's Uncle Lee. Organic green tea. Can you guys hear the music? Can you hear the music? Let me know if you hear the music. Adrian. Adrian's here. Yeah, I drink green tea. Adrian's here. Hi, Adrian. Welcome. Adrian says, hi, Daisy May. Adrian. How are you, my friend? Richard says, I can be a girl if you like. Sherber says, good morning, everyone. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hi, Adrian. Sherber said, good morning. Sherber, my friend. She got to see the baby yesterday, guys. Someone says, hello, Sherber. Luminary says, hi, Adrian. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, hi, Sherber. Excuse me. Adrian says, hey, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Lisa says, hi, Sherber. And says, Kelly, I have almost forgotten the art of flirting. It's more than 30 years ago. I did so last. I was never really like a flirt. Cool, Anne. I don't think you lost your knack. I think you still have it. Luminary says, yummy green tea is delicious. It is, isn't it? Matthew says, I drink Arizona iced tea. Oh, that's good too. Tori says, Lumi says, Sonal. Richard, hey, how's it going? Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, cheers. Matthew says, nope. Adrian says, Luminary Shine Fishing. Ann says, hi, Share Bear. Sonal says, now Uncle Hairball should be here. Mint Chocolate Chip Ball says, nope. Lisa says, barely. Oh, I can hear it. I might have to get the microphone, the mobile one, you know, the mobile mic. Barely. Okay. Sonal says, hello, Adrian. Matthew says, that was my uncle's name. Adrian says, Sonal's all about freedom. How's it going? Sherebear says, Ann's Place, good morning. Sonal, good morning. And that baby is so precious. Oh, so beautiful, Sherebear. Congratulations to all you guys. Sonal says, good morning, everyone I missed. Good morning, Sonal. Ryan says, Tori, I just subbed to your channel. Luminary says, hi to Sherebear. Sherebear says, hi, everybody. Hold on, guys. There's a plane right overhead. Sorry about that. It's so loud when it's right overhead. Ryan says, Tori, I sub. Luminary says, hi, Shipper. Shipper says, hello, everybody. And he says, no, I did flirt when I had my eye on a guy. And he doesn't notice me. I quickly changed their minds. Oh, my God. How can you not love Ann? Come on, we have to pin that. That is so good. Richard said, I don't need to flirt. I'm too sweet for that. The girls come to him. Sonal says, Sherebear's a fast typer. Adrian says, hey, Sherebear, how you doing? Sherebear says, Sonal's all about freedom, LOL. Tori says, beautiful morning, Sherebear. Barry says, when someone says barely, I think someone's calling my name. Hey, Barely. Barry times two. Someone says, doing well, Adrian. Glad it's Friday. Yeah, happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, folks. It's Friday, June 20th, 2025. Is it the first day of summer? I'm not sure. Does anybody know? Mint Chocolate Chip Boss says, how you doing, Tori? Barry says, the plane, boss, the plane. Yes. We'd be saying that all day long, right? Ryan says, I didn't know Tori saw my message. Lisa says, Sona, you look handsome this morning. And you look beautiful. Lisa, you look beautiful. Thank you for stopping in. Kumari's here. Kumari, good morning. Kumari, how are ya? Kumari says, good morning, everybody. Luminary says, that's awesome, Anne, and she giggles. I know, Anne is crazy, isn't she? She's so fun. Mint says, good morning, Kumari. Anne says, hi, Lisa. Anne says, hi, Mint. Sona says, good morning, Kumari. Kumari says, good morning, Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Luminary says, hi, Kumari. Sherbert says, hey, Berry. Good morning, Kumari. Good morning, good morning. Mint Chocolate Chip Balls says, hey, Anne's place. Lisa says, yeah. All right, Lisa. Sona says, yes. Skit says, wait, it's 2025? Yes, it is, Skits. You're so funny. Kumari says, good morning to Share Bear. Matthew says, I don't like summer. Well, before I lived in Florida, I loved summer. I lived for summer. But now that I live in Florida, I live for winter. Funny, huh? Barry says, good morning to Share Bear. Share Bear says, yes, today is the official day of summer. Happy summer, everybody. Happy summer. Thank you, Share Bear. Mint says, don't know, it's 28 degrees Celsius. Is that hot? What's 28 degrees? All right, now I have to look it up. It only take me a minute because I have a weather app and it uses that one. We'll change it to Celsius. Richard, look at Richard, look at. We have 28 too. And it's only in the morning. Now, if you go to Fahrenheit, it's 82. Richard, you have the same temperature I do. Only difference is you're in the afternoon and I'm in the morning. Sherbert says, Skits, hi. Sono says, thanks, Lisa, you are beautiful. She is beautiful, isn't she? Skits says, smile, everyone. Smile, everyone. I love you, Skits. Anne says, hi, Barely. Barry. Another plane. Hold on, guys. All right, Tori says, I'm still here, and thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Tori, for being here. How was the rest of your day yesterday, Tori? Luminary says, hi, Barry. Skits says, hi, Share Bear. Luminary says, hi, Skits. Matthew Field says, keep the sub count coming in, people. There you go. Lisa says, my first calendar says tomorrow is the first day of summer. Or my calendar. Yeah, I don't know if it's June 20th or June 21st, right? I'm not sure. I know it's either today or tomorrow. Min says, I can't wait for it to be warmer for a week so I can go swimming. Swimming is fun, right? Ryan says, can you sub back to me, Tori? Min says, we got a beautiful place to go swimming and tanning. Oh, how nice. That sounds really nice, Richard. Take some videos for us. Skit says, hey, luminaries, my friend. Kumari says, Tori, it's up to you. Mint Chocolate Chip says, snap. Snap. Lisa says, 66 here. Luminary says, I went to Florida to take my kids to Disney World in the summer. It was so hot. Oh, yes. Humid hot. We ran from AC to AC. I tell people, try not to come to Disney World with kids in the summer. I know most people that's when they have to because kids are out of school. But I've been to Disney World and those places in August and July, and believe me, it's blistering hot. It is really not a lot of fun. You get overheated, you get tired. The heat makes you tired, makes you cranky. People get dehydrated. Yeah, I hear you, luminaries. It's tough. It's a tough one down here in the summer, believe me. Mint says, yeah, that's good for us. Awesome, Mint. Lisa says, I need a good weather app. Mine's just on my phone. Ryan says, the high's supposed to be 93 today. Ooh, that's pretty hot, Ryan. West Country's here. West Country Mudlarks. Hello, Daisy. Hello, everyone. Hello, West Country Mudlarks. Welcome. Over there, it's good afternoon, right? Welcome, West Country Mudlarks. How you guys doing? And says, oh my God, I had a big fright now, Kelly. Saw that flag on the boat in the corner of my eye, and it looked like a man's face coming from the water. Excuse me. Wait. I saw that flag on the boat in the corner of my eye. Looked like a man's face coming from the water. Oh, that thing down in the water there? Yeah, there's something in the water. It's like a chunk of debris or something. Oh, it happens to be a chunk of debris, but also it's the reflection of the window in that other boat. Geez, Ann, no one's coming to get you. Nobody's coming out of the water. I hope you're all right. Mrs. Hey, West Country. Ann says, a man's face. Luminary says, hi, West Country. Tori says, I still can't go live or post anything, so that is why California Dreamin' is going to be our main channel. Yes, California Dreamin' is Tori's main channel, you guys. This is like her old backup channel. West Country says hi to Mint. Sono says, hello, West Country. Handmade says 107 heat index for us today. Oh, Handmade. Stay cool, you guys. Welcome, Handmade and Homegrown. I love you guys. Everybody, make sure you check out my friends, Handmade and Homegrown, too. And Sono's all about freedom. And everybody in the chat is great channels, everybody. Check out everybody. Shibber says, you get hangry. Yes, hangry, exactly. West Country says, hey, Sono. Luminary says, yes, big mistake. We came back in February, much better. Yes, the winter is fantastic down here. Good job, Luminaries. Sherbert says, good morning, West Country Mudlarks. Tori says, yes, I got you, Ryan. I will be giving you 2 subs. Thank you, Tori. West Country says, hey, Sherbert. Adrian says, hi, West Country Mudlarks. Ryan says, thanks, Tori. West Country's Mudlark says, went digging yesterday. Oh, my God, it was so hot, Daisy. Aw. Sorry, it's so hot now, too, here. Ann says, yes. West Country says, hi, Adrian. Ann says, I thought you had a stalker watching you. Or alligator, right? Crocodile. Sono says, I have the knack to tell jokes at the wrong time. You're good, Sono. We love your jokes. We love you. Mint says, I'm going to make food, not have breakfast today. Okay, yeah, go make some food. Go eat, young man. Sono says, take care, Mint. Ryan says, I just asked my friend from work, when is the first day of summer? Mint says, I shall be watching. Oh, thank you, buddy. Ryan says, she thinks it's tomorrow. Hi, Tom. Tom says, good morning, man. Hey, Tom, how you doing? Welcome back. Rylan Parm says, bye to Mint Chocolate Chip Balls. Luminary says, welcome to Tom. Hey, Tom. Matthew says, must have been a Navy SEAL. Could be that, too. You never know. You never know. I think the alligator's playing the nosy neighbor. Lisa says, Sono, you make everyone smile. Yes, he does. Tom says, hey, Luminary, good to see you, ma'am. Luminary's like, oh, what up? What's going on, everybody? Sono says, thank you, Lisa. Excuse me. Sono says, hello, Tom, and thanks, Lisa. Tom says, I wish we had gators here. I'd love to feed them. No, you wouldn't. You stay away from them. Anne says, well, just before napping, I watched a movie about a stalking serial killer. That's why I got a fright. Oh, I got you, Anne. LOL. Tom says, hey, Sono. Lisa says, I hear a cat. Yeah, that's our neighbor's cat. My neighbor's cat. Luminary says, I would be afraid if I saw an alligator fishing. I'm glad we don't have them in Washington State. I hear you, Luminaries. I don't like them either. Although, I've seen them in South Carolina. I've never seen them here. Tom says they're scared of people in North Carolina, Lumi. But if you hook a 5'1", they fight like a big catfish. Matthew says, don't ever feed the alligators. No, don't. Brylan Farm says, I was going through all my tabs muting to see which one had the cat. It's my neighbor's cat. Dundee in the gym says, Lumi, what's up? Lumi. Lumi, Lumi. Luminary says, Tom, I'm telling you, LOL. Brylan Farm says, I was guessing handmade homegrown, but no. No, it was here. Tom says, why not feed them? They are just a swamp puppy. Ooh. Yeah, they're kind of scary to me too, guys. I'm kind of scared of alligators and stuff like that, yeah. Troll Slayer said hi. Troll Slayer said hi. Lisa says, Magic is such a beautiful girl. She is beautiful, isn't she? She's evil? She's evil, but she's beautiful. Thank you, Lisa. Troll Slayer, how's it going, buddy? Welcome. And says, I think I should take a small break from all the crime stories I watch. I'm getting paranoid. Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe. Yeah, maybe you should. Just be careful. Someone said, hello, Troll Slayer. Dundee said, there's a fun video of a guy feeding a gator in a pond, then giving him pats and scratches. Really? Craziness. Troll Slayer says, good morning, Daisy. Hey, Troll. Troll Slayer's in the house. Luminary says, hi, Dundee. Alligator was set, of course, and here you are. And you're here, yes. Dundee in the gym. How you doing, buddy? Troll Slayer says, hello to Sonal. Dundee says, Luminaries. Well, duh, LOL. Luminaries giggles. Lisa says, hey, Troll Slayer. Sherbert says, hi to Brylan Farm. You're the tab I'm usually looking for when I hear the nature, right? Yesterday during the Scrabble game. During Scrabble, we heard Brylan Farm's wildlife. Troll Slayer says, hello to Lisa. Dundee in the gym says, to be fair, I was lurking for a while. When I heard your name, I had to come over. It wasn't the gator, but my one and only Lou Marie. Lou Marie. Barlin says, haha, I did check my own as well. Luminary says, aw. Shiver says, yeah, poor Ann was sending out help for the ducks. I know. I told Stacy last night, I said, Ann had her husband go check for ducks. Oh, that was so funny. Someone says, I thought I heard laughing duck in her stream. I know. We had a duck. Troll says, a little share bear. And says, I think in South Africa there are more burglars than crocodiles. People should have a crocodile as a pet. It will get enough little burglars to jump in the walls. There you go. Feed the alligator to crocodiles. Brylan Farm says, that was so funny. It was hilarious. Tom says, ducks are so cool. We have a few here. They are, aren't they? I love wildlife. Luminary says, Annie's so smart. Dundee says, y'all did make me hungry for some gator steaks. Yuck. Someone says, I was looking at ducks at work. Oh, they're so beautiful. Matthew says, I sub you, Troll Slayer. And I am caught up in the chat. Can you hear the music? This guy, he's playing his music. And the music's pretty good, but I don't want you guys to, if you hear it, I don't want YouTube to hear it. Ryan says, that doesn't sound good. Troll says, thanks, Matthew. Tom says, Sonal, we fed a duck here for 2 years. Muscovy. Sherbert says, Dundee in the gym, hi. And Tom, if I missed anyone, I'm sorry. Good morning to all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Dundee says, LOL, Ann. I know someone with gators as pets and guard dogs. They come when called and they leave no evidence. They leave no evidence. Dundee says, hi, Sherbert. Brylan Farm says, is it Journey? I think it's Bob Seger. It sounds like it's Bob Seger. Sherbert says, I have a phone meeting anytime from 8 to 10, so who knows when that will come in, right? Might be 2 in the afternoon, right? Someone says, Dundee, I prefer Gatorade. Tom says, hey, Sherbert, good to see ya. And says, exactly my point, Dundee. No DNA left over. No evidence. Dundee says, oh, Gator's delicious. Ann says, LOL. Brylan Farm says, welcome, Tom. Tom says, hey, Brylan Farm, good to see ya. Good to see you, Tom. Good to see everybody. It is Happy Friday, by the way, folks. Happy Friday. Sharebear's using emojis. Thank you, Sharebear. Thank you, Sharebear. I don't know if anybody heard me say it at the beginning, but I put up a short this morning of the sunrise. You guys, go take a look at the sunrise video. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Sonal's using emojis too. Thank you, Sonal. Luminary says, we have a restaurant called Alligator Soul. I had alligator the first time and I was pleasantly surprised. Really, Luminaries? Wow. Did it taste like chicken? Tom says, my question is, on a pretty day not at work, why not go fishing? Y'all have some great snappers there. Awesome, Tom. A lot of people fish here, yeah. A lot of people love fishing. My son fishes. My grandson fishes. Yeah. Lisa says, Dundee, I heard it tastes like chicken. There you go, Lisa. Right on. Dundee says, nah, Sonal, you're missing out. Now, with any meat, you can crew it up, but any crocodilian, gator or otherwise, I harvested and aged, was delicious. Some of the best meat in the world. Tom says, Lumi, they're excellent, about like garfish or frog legs. Ann says, it's a huge problem in South Africa, Kelly. They don't come when people are away. They actually wait for them to be there so they can take everything they want, and they kill the homeowners? Oh my God. Really, Ann? And the government doesn't do anything about it? Did the police do anything about it? Brian Farms, my answer is 100 degrees. 100 degrees. Shipper says, Ann, with all the info you've been consuming, you'd make a great partner in crime if we chose to go that way. Oh, could you see Sharebear and Ann together as a dynamic duo? Now that I would pay to see. Luminary says, actually, yes, it tastes like chicken. Really? I was just making it funny, but that's a good one, Luminaries. Lisa says, beautiful like our host. Aw, thank you, Lisa. You're beautiful. And so are those emojis. And thank you for using them. Kage says, hey, Daisy, I'm back. Welcome back, Kage. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Tom says, Ann, gotta stay strapped in places like that. Kage says, just got done streaming, going to bed soon. Oh, good. Yeah, go get some sleep. Ann says, yes, they do. They do. So why doesn't it stop then? Shira says, hi, Kage. Luminary says, that's terrible, Ann. Dundee says, no, chicken has a dirty, nasty flavor in comparison, and it's more dry than gator meat. Ann says, nothing. The police are part of the syndicate. Oh, so, okay. So the yes was to something else. Wow. That's terrible, Ann. Brylan Farm says, we in Louisiana regularly have alligator balls, nuggets, on our menus, fried with ranch as appetizers. Is that not, I think, nope, never heard of that. I never heard of that, Stacy. Sonal says, Sharebear, don't be nervous, you got this. Kage says, hey, Sharebear, hey, Sonal. Kage says, hey, Ann, hey, Brylan Farm. Kage says, hi, Lumi, hi, Dundee. Sonal says, hello, Kage. Tom says, see, Ann, get tools, learn to use them, always keep the head on a swivel. Yes. Luminary says, Brylan sounds delicious. Sonal says, Tom, I thought I sub now. Brylan Farm says, hello again, Kage. And says, that's one of the big reasons why Trump are rescuing people from there now. And you had to go in there and put that in there. You can understand why I deleted it. But any help is appreciated in a situation like that. Luminary says, hi, Kage. Dundee says, I heard gator was a regular thing to find in Florida. Not where I live in Florida. Maybe in the Keys? Maybe down Miami way? I'm not sure. Lisa says, hello, Kage. Kage says, hey, Lisa. Sherber says, Sonal, this phone call, not nervous about it all. It's my yearly check-in with the state. For raising my grandkids is more of a still got them and me saying, yep, it's okay. Awesome, Sherber. Now it's Stevie Nicks. Can you hear? I love that song. The voice will haunt you. Stevie Nicks. Get, never get away. Never get away. That's a great song. Stevie Nicks, guys, that's who that was. Lisa says, hello, Kage. Kage says, hey, Lisa. Shearbear's going to be okay. Shearbear says, Sonal, this should be my last phone check-in. Ann says, I removed the account. Oh, thank you, Ann. Tom says, thank you, Sonal. You probably did. YouTube likes to kick sub for some reason. Yeah, sometimes they don't stick. It's okay. That was Stevie Nicks, you guys. I love Stevie Nicks. I saw Stevie Nicks with Fleetwood Mac back in 1979. 1979, I saw Fleetwood Mac. A Foreigner. And Joe Cocker. Luminary says, Tom, I noticed that too. If you watch a short and comment, it sticks better. Yeah, you guys, if you're making friends, try to watch a video or a short. Leave a comment on one or two. It does help. Sherbert says, we love them. Oh, yes. Me too. Me too. And they were doing the Rumors album. It was fantastic. Stevie Nicks and Billy Joel concert. Yeah, I've seen Billy Joel too. I saw Billy Joel with Elton John in concert. Another good concert as well. Someone says, YouTube for some reason isn't letting me sub to more people. Strange. Really? Maybe sign out and sign back in. Maybe it's just a glitch. And it says, oh, Louis says he filmed a video for me for tomorrow's premiere. So I must go and edit it now. Have fun, everyone. Bye, Anne. Thanks for being here, Anne. Look forward to your premiere. Have a good day. We love you, Anne. Luminary says, oh, no, Sonal. Ryan's concert. She done Free Falling by Tom Petty. Yes, she did. I love that song. I love Tom Petty, too. Another one that I just love. Sonal, I think it's happening to other people as well. Tom says, got you back, Sonal. Sonal says, thanks, Tom. Shipper says, Ann, have a very blessed day. Tom says, by the way, we are neighbors. I'm in Virginia. You're in Virginia? Lisa says, I have a great day, Ann. Ryan says, my dad likes Merle Haggard. Oh, nice. I'm not big on country music. Tom says, take care, Ann. Stay safe and blessed. Yes, indeed. Ann, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ryan says, do you want to go see him in concert? But he died before my dad wanted to go see him. Yeah, I saw him in concert. He was great. He was great. He was great. Someone says, Tom, my friend is also in Virginia. His name is Devin Clamp. From Virginia, excuse me. Lisa says, Tom, what part of Virginia? Dewa is here. I said, hi, Dewa. Welcome, Dewa. Welcome, welcome. Tom says, I'm on the bay, Lisa. I'm on the bay. I'm on the bay. I'm on the B-A-Y bay. Remember that word for Scrabble. B-A-Y. Don't forget about Scrabble later, guys. It's 9:04 a.m. Friday, June 20th, 2025. 9:04 East Coast time, Eastern time. Someone says, hello, Diwa. Yeah, there's a big thing, a lot of debris in the water. It's slowly going out to sea, though. Slowly it goes out. So, welcome, welcome, everybody. 13 people hanging out with me. 33 thumbs up. Thanks for the love. Did you go play the games today, everybody? Did you go to the post tab and play today's games? Tom says, technically, I'm in the maintenance shop at work right now, but I live close to Chesapeake Bay. Oh, okay, Tom. You're viewing us from work? Awesome. Thank you, thank you. Lisa says, Tom, I'm on the Kentucky side. Lisa's also in Virginia. Lisa is in, she's a Virginian. Are you a Virginian? Look at that cloud. What do you see right there? See right here? Look at, right here. See anything? Anybody? This part of it right here. Tom says, oh, elk country. Nice, Lisa. We have friends on Smith Mountain Lake. Luminaire says, Tom's a great guy, wonderful fishing community member. Sonal says, I got a sunset. I saw your sunset yesterday. Tom would like to make new friends. We will add him as a moderator. Thank you, luminaries. Yes, Sonal, you got a beautiful sunset yesterday. Everybody take a look at Sonal's. He's got a short up of a video he took of the sunset. It was beautiful. Yeah, Sonal, that was lovely. Thank you for sharing that. I love sunrises and sunsets. They're so beautiful. Tom says, now, Lumi, I'm only nice to good people. Unpleasant people never call me nice if good. I hear you, Tom. Some people just push your buttons, right? Tom says, oh, thank you, ma'am. Oh, you're welcome. Luminaries is laughing. You guys are great. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Someone says, I was eager to do one because my viewers like it. Yeah. People want to see sunrises and sunsets. A lot of people don't get to see them. Sonal says, thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Sonal. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you. Lisa says, Tom, I live near Breaks Park, so it's hard telling what we see. She's in Virginia. I've only driven through Virginia. I've never actually stayed in Virginia, but it is beautiful. I'll tell you, it looks beautiful to me. Aw, thank you, Sonal. Thank you, Sonal. You're so sweet. See, that's how we all help each other. I get to show you the sunrise. You get to show us the sunset, right? Everybody shows us something. Luminary shows us how she goes fishing. And she's amazing fishing, by the way. Tom says, not familiar with that area, Lisa, but they have bears out in your area. Bears. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. Oh, my, that's right. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. I love that movie. I do love that movie. Welcome, everybody, to Friday Tea Time. Friday. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Friday. Here's my tea. I still have some in there. There we go. And I'm going to finish it with you guys. Tom says, ironically, Daisy, there's rumors of several mountain lions near Smith Mountain Lake. Lions and bears. See, now you just need tigers. Luminaires is Friday dance. That's right. Dance for Friday. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's Friday. Every day's Friday for me, folks. I'm retired. I'm retired. Yes, Friday dance, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Please hit the like button on your way in or your way out. It would be a triple threat, Tom. That's right. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Right? Or we could say, I don't think we're in Virginia anymore. A triple threat. Yes, it would be a triple threat. It sure would. Poor Anne got scared there was something coming out of the water. She's so funny. She is a fun, fun lady. If you're not friends with my friend Anne from Anne's Place, you need to make friends with her. She's super. Tom says, I'd have hellified taxidermy bills. You'd be getting them all? That's cool. That would be cool, Tom. Mm-hmm. I gotta make sure I'm subscribed to you, Tom. So what's everybody doing for the weekend? Everybody's working for the weekend. So what's everybody doing? Luminary says, out of all the time I have fished outdoors, I never had a bear, cougar, or such bother me. They want to stay away from the people. Yeah, that's what I've heard, Luminaries. They don't want to be around people. Sometimes it's just unfortunate that they do encounter people. Right. Lisa says, I have been bears, coyotes, bobcats, deer, elk, raccoon, skunk, who knows what else. Nice, Lisa. That's really cool. Just be very careful. Tom says, that's good, Lumi. Coffee cake emoji. Coffee cake. I was thinking about you yesterday. I'm like, I haven't seen coffee cake in a few days. Good to see you, young lady. She says, hi, Miss Daisy, and everybody in chat. Everybody say hi to coffee cake emoji. Coffee cake emoji. Daisy, do you have any fish? I do not have fish, no. But I get to see fish in the water around me because we see all kinds of wildlife in the water. I did a short the other day about a stingray. Daisy and I were at the park across the street. We're just walking, and all of a sudden here comes this gigantic stingray. There is a short about it. Luminary says, hey, coffee cake, coffee cake. Oh, yes, okay. Coffee cake is here. Coffee cake says, hi, Tom. Hi, Ryan. Lisa says, hey, coffee cake. Tom says, Lisa, we rarely have a bobcat here. No elk, but all the rest. Is she a Pomeranian? Luminaries, you talking about Daisy? Coffee cake says, yes, I apologize. I've been having a lot of nerve attacks. Oh, no, don't apologize. Don't even apologize. I'm just glad to see ya. You know, that's what I keep trying to tell people. When you see people all the time and you talk to them, like, you know, you're invested. And then when you don't see them, you just wonder where they are. That's all. I'm sorry you're having nerve attacks, though. Are you okay? Is it better? I hope it's a little bit better for you. Sonal says, hello, coffee cake emoji. Luminary says, yes, Daisy. Yes, Daisy is a long-haired Chihuahua. She's a long-coat, apple-head Chihuahua. People think she's a pom-pom, but she's not. Tom says, we almost never have coyotes or raccoons anymore. They got our cat, so now I do my best to make them non-existent. I understand, Tom. I understand. Coffee cake says, hi, Sonal, Luminaries, and Lisa smiles. Coffee cake emoji. Coffee cake emoji's here. Welcome, my friend, coffee cake emoji. And I'm still looking for your guitar journal. I'm still looking. I'm looking all the time. As soon as I see one, I'm snatch it up. Tom says, hope you're better, coffee. Yes, I hope you're better, coffee. Coffee cake says, hi, Sonal, Luminaries, and Lisa, who smiles. Sonal says, feel better, coffee cake. I suffer from them too. Luminary says, aw, I wondered because I have a Pomeranian named Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, Ted. Oh my God, how cute is that? That is so adorable. Yeah, they look a lot alike. They really do look a lot alike. Pom-poms are a little bit bigger than her. She's full grown. She's 4. Um, but I see the resemblance. Absolutely, they look alike. And Teddy Roosevelt. How cute is that? Theodore Roosevelt. Coffee cakes. Today's much better. Thanks. Could be the heat or my new server, my son. Oh no, I don't know what that's about. Coffee cake. Shipper says, good morning, coffee. Ryan says, I got scared. I heard a bird hit my window and died between our roof. Oh. Oh, sorry, Ryan. That's not good. Coffee cake says, awesome. Coffee cake says, hi, Share Bear. Tom says, that's awesome, Luminary. Awesome, everybody. A lot of planes taking off today, too. See, plane after plane after plane. Sonal says, Ryan, oh my. Tom says, hey, Ryan, good morning. Luminary says, using the emojis of Daisy. Thank you. I love that one. I love that one. Shipper says, okay, this time the tab was handmade. Oh, well, the cat next door just was making some noises too just now. Yeah, I jumped when I heard it. Yeah, Ryan, that's freaky. That's freaky, Ryan. Coffee cake emoji says, the heat or my new student driver? Oh, your student driver. Oh, I got you. I got you, coffee cake. I remember those days. I remember teaching my kids. Yep. Luminary says, I bet, Ryan, yikes. Yeah. A few years ago when I lived up north, well, it's more than a few now, but I was mowing my lawn one weekend. It was a weekend, like a Saturday morning, like early in the morning, 9 o'clock. And I'm mowing, pushing the mower, mowing. And I always had a headset on, listen to music. And I'm mowing. And all of a sudden, thank goodness, right in front of me was a dead bird. And thank goodness I saw it. Could you imagine running that over with the lawnmower? Oh. So, of course, I had to call my kids, one of my kids, and say, hey, I have a dead bird in my backyard. Can you come and get it? And they did. They helped. Tom says, Share Bear, do you remember Tab Cola? I do remember Tab. I don't know why I thought of that just now. Yeah, Tab Cola. It was a pink can. I think with yellow letters, right? I remember it. Someone says, Ryan, I had a similar thing happen. I thought it would hit me, so I ducked. Birds falling from the sky. Someone says, I thought. Luminary says, coffee. My teenage daughter would hit something and would say, oops, my poor heart. It's hard teaching kids to drive, right? Lisa said, hi. Hi, Lisa. Ryan says, do they always do that? I don't know. Share Bear says, yep. Tom says, we have turkey here. Nothing like hitting a 20-pound bird at highway speeds. Oh, roadkill. Oh, roadkill. Whoa. Coffee cake says, Luminary's right, and we paid for driver school. I didn't know they had to learn with us. Oh, the braking gonna the braking's gonna put her in traction. Oh, Luminaries. Oh, coffee cake emoji. Oh my goodness. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Funny ladies. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Friday Tea Time. It's Friday, June 20th. June 20th, you guys. 2025. We have 9:19 a.m. in the morning, East Coast, Florida. East Coast of Florida. We have 16 people in the house still, and 30-something likes. I can't read it, but thank you for the likes. Hit the like button. If you're lurking, hit the like button. If you're working, hit the like button. And even if you're twerking, hit the like button. But if you're lurking and working and twerking, just double tap your screen. Double tap. It's so simple and it's free. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Another plane taking off. Tom says, they have in the windshield and dent the heck out of a pickup hood. So I one hit a Yukon running 65. Feathers flew and so did pieces of the SUV. They did get far with the popped radiator. They didn't get far. Wow. Yeah, birds do damage. When you hit bird, Coffee cakes, at least we aren't drifting on turn so much. Oh, that's good. Getting better at that. Shiver says, Tom, it was so gross. Tom says, LL coffee. Brian says, Luminaries, I can't wait to come to your stream. She's got a great stream, you guys. Yes, check out Luminaries. Check her out. She's fantastic. Luminary says, aw, thanks, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, check out everybody in the chat, you guys. We have really good people here, wonderful people, wonderful channels. You might learn something, you might see something never seen before. You might, strike up a conversation with someone that you normally wouldn't. You might never have met until now, until this very moment. You just never know, right? I thank you all so much for being here today. Wow. And happy Friday. What's everybody doing for the weekend? Ryan says, you're welcome. You're welcome. We're gonna put up, Shiver, no joke, all diet soda sucks. It's only very drinkable with a nice slug of whiskey. Some whiskey. Shiver says, Tom, I was already subbed with the other channel, but I subbed with this one too. Thank you, Share Bear. Share Bear. Shiver says, very true, Tom, very true. Very true. Shippers, in reality, diet soda is the worst for you. It is. There's so much junk. I do enjoy a can. I usually have one can a day. I don't care, Coke or Pepsi, it doesn't matter to me. But I do like to have that one can. I do, I like it. And it's just regular, it's not diet. Tom says they're starting the plant up, gonna get out of here. Oh, okay, Tom, thank you so much. Tom's at work, guys. Thank you, Tom. Have a great day, okay? Everybody check out my friend Tom. Thanks for sharing your morning with me, Tom. Luminary says, hi, Isabella. Isabella Sutton's here. Hi, Isabella. How you doing, young lady? Joe Wrestling's here. Hi, Joe. Joe says hello and happy Friday, everyone. Hello, Joe. Welcome. Luminary says, take care, Tom. Tom says, thank you all for having me. Oh, thank you for being here, buddy. Hope everyone has a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. You too, Tom. You too. I hope you have a wonderful day and a weekend. Be safe at work, okay? Ryan says, hi, Isabella. Luminary says, hi, Joe Wrestling. Ryan says, hi. Hi, Ryan. We got a guy leaving, guys. Tom says, stay safe, Luminary. It's always good seeing you. Yes, good seeing everybody. Joe says, hi, Luminaries. This guy's leaving. We got a guy leaving. Lisa says, have a great day, Luminaries. Luminary says, I'm waiting to jump in one of the boats and go fishing. Ryan says, hey, Daisy, guess what I saw? Isabella's animals. Isabella's got great animals, you guys. Check out Isabella Sutton. Half Empty's here. Hi, Half Empty. Welcome. Half Empty says, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Half Empty. Luminary says, thanks, Lisa. You're the best. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I hope you all have a good weekend too. There he goes. Barry says, good morning, half empty, half full. I like it. I like that, Barry. Luminary says, hi, half empty. Hi, half empty. How's it going? Half empty, half full. Half empty, half full. Dundee says, you and me both, Lumi. Dundee in the gym, my friends. Dundee. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Half empty says, hey, Barry, hi. Barry. Da 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 da. Yeah, and don't forget to check out Barry too, you guys. He is an awesome dude. Wonderful content, very spiritual. He loves all the sports cards, and he's good and talks about baseball. And he's smart at Scrabble and crossword puzzles and jumbles. Very nice guy, very smart guy. Barry says, hey, Joe. Ryan says, hey, half empty. Half empty says, hey, Lumi. Lisa says, hi, Barry. Barry's in the house. Barry, what's your favorite berry? I'm going to put a poll up. Watch this. Ready? This is a good one. All right. I started a cute poll, you guys. Take a look at it. It's really cute. Barry says, hey, Joe. Lisa says, hi, Barry. Barry says, good morning to Lisa with sunshine. Half empty says, hey, Joe. Welcome, everybody. Just a quick, fun little poll. What's your favorite berry? Is it berry, a strawberry, a blueberry, or a raspberry? Thank you. Thank you, luminaries. We love our Barry. We love him. The Heartless Highlander. Oh, hi, Maddie. Hi, Kelly, my friend. Much love from Scotland. The Heartless Highlander. You guys all know Maddie. It's no mercy, no frills, no mercy. Maddie from Scotland. You guys know Maddie. Maddie changed the name of his channel to the Heartless Highlander. You know, his Heartless is in capital letters, which is funny because he's got a heart of gold. So it's a total opposite of what he is. Welcome, the Heartless Highlander. It's Maddie, you guys. You know Maddie. Barry said strawberry. Lisa says berry. Joe says, I like strawberry. The Heartless Highlander says, hi, Lisa. Barry says, hello to Scotland. Yes. Hello, Maddie from Scotland. Luminaire says, strawberry, berry. Half empty says, good morning to Maddie. The Heartless Highlander. Maddie says, hey, luminaries. Yep. Another fisherman, you guys, from Scotland. Nikki Lee's here. Nikki says, hi, Miss Daisy. Nikki, how are you? How are you feeling? The last time I watched your live, you weren't feeling very well. The Heartless Highlander says, hey, Barry. And hey, half empty. Luminary says, hi, Heartless. Maddie says, hi, Nikki, but love. Nikki says, good, hun. Thank you. Oh, you're good. Okay. Lisa says, I can't choose. I love all the berries. Half empty says, good morning to Nikki Lee. Barry says, raspberry and getting no love. No love for the raspberry? I put them in my smoothie. I love them. Nikki Lee says, hey, no mercy, Maddie. Luminary says, hi, Nikki Lee, dear. Dundee says, good day, Maddie. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, hi, Marlon, bro. Welcome, everybody. How is everybody? Joe Wrestling says, hello, the Heartless Highlander, also known as No Mercy Maddie. Our friend Maddie. Nikki says, hi, half empty. I'm going to sit down, guys. So warm and humid here, Maddie. Oh, here too, buddy. I feel ya. Joe says, hello, the Heartless Highlander. Maddie says, hi, Joe, my friend. Nikki says, you all hug and kiss. Your loved ones, a friend of mine's wife is in the hospital. Aw. A loved one's friend of mine's wife is in the hospital. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nikki. Sending healing prayers to your friend. You found her on the floor? Oh, Nikki. I'm so sorry. I hope she gets well. I hope she gets well, Nikki. It's terrible. Yes. Luminary says, that's terrible. She's so sorry. Yes, I'm so sorry, too. Everyone says, that's terrible, Nikki. I hope things improve for them. I do, too. Nikki says, hey, Lumi. Sherbert says, praying for Nikki, praying for Nikki's friend. Yes. Thank you, Sherbert, for the prayers. Yes. Magnetic North Adventures. Hi, Lee. I played some of your stuff the other day again, Lee. I played some more. I hope your hours are getting there. The Heartless Highlander sends love to Sheerbear. Magnetic North says, good morning. Hello, Magnetic North. Hi, Lee. How's it going? I'm still working on playing your stuff. The Heartless Heartlander says, Nikki, love your girl. Love your gal. Nikki says, hey, Sheerbear. Luminary says, yes, sending healing, loving, positive energy. Oh, thank you, Luminaries. I love that. Let's pin that up there. Maddie says, hey, Lee. Nikki says, love you all so much. Oh, we love you too, Nikki Lee. We love you, Nikki. Magnetic North says, thank you. Yes, 340 hours. Oh. 340 and it was 350 the other day, right? Oh, I'll play you some more. I'm still working on you. And thank you. You're welcome, Lee. Nikki says, hey, Lee. Lisa says, prayers for your friend, Nikki. Thank you, Lisa. Magnetic North Lee says, I'm okay. I'm just home from filming. Luminary says, hello, Magnetic. Magnetic North says, hi, Nikki. Joe Wrestling says, hey, Magnetic. Ryan says, hi, Nikki. Magnetic North says, hi, Highlander. Nikki says, hey, Miss Lisa. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Joe. Hi, Ryan. The Fur Mom's here. Hi, Fur Mom. Fur Mom Flavor. Hi, Fur Mom. How you doing? Oh, Fur Mom, I haven't seen you in a while. I have to get over to you. Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. The Fur Mom. She's got all these beautiful dogs, you guys. Check out my friend, the Fur Mom. California Dreamin's here. Hey, I called you Yogi. Hey, Tori. Welcome back, Tori. Tori is California Dreamin', everybody. She says, hi. I think she says hi. Lisa says, hi, Luminaries. The Heartless Highlander says, hi, Fur Mom. So does Magnetic North say, hi, Fur Mom. Luminary says, hi, Fur Mom. Fur Mom says, hello, everybody. Hello. How is everybody? Luminary says, I got to see that. Stitch Love's here. Stitch Love. She says, good morning. Sorry, I'm late. Sorry, guys. I'm hitting the tripod. You're not late. You're right on time, Stitch Love. How are you, young lady? How are you, Stitch Love? Magnetic North says, hi, Dreamin'. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, hi, Dreamin'. Magnetic North Adventure says, hi, Stitch. Maddie says, hey, Stitch. Ryan says, hey, Stitch Love. California Dreamin's using emojis. Thank you, California Dreamin'. Magnetic North Adventures says, hi, Share Bear. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, Ryan, hi, buddy. Lee's using emojis. Thank you, Lee. And Stitch Love says, I'm horrible. Why are you horrible, young lady? What is the matter? Stitch Love, why are you horrible? Let's turn that frown upside down. And I'm doing good, Stitch Love. Thank you for asking. Luminary says, hi, California Dreamin'. Joe Wrestling says, hi, Stitch Love. Ryan says, what up, Maddie? What up, Maddie? Maddie. The Heartless Highlander. Time flies, Ryan, buddy. Hope you're well. California Dreamin' says, hi, everyone trying to keep up with the chat. Luminary says, hey, Stitch Love. We got 16 votes on our berry. Did you vote on your favorite berry? And I shouldn't have put fruit in there. I should have just put what's your favorite berry. Magnetic North says, Maddie, when you change your name? Ryan says, I am. Luminary says, hey, Stitch Love. Maddie says, this morning, Lee. This morning. California Dreamin' says, Ryan, I sub to you. Thank you, Tori. Thank you. We have 16 votes on our poll, everybody. 16 votes. Awesome. Stitch Love says, I'm leaving today, so I don't want to leave. You're leaving? Where are you going? And why don't you want to go? Where are you going, and why don't you want to go? Do tell. Lee says, no problem. Glad I know, so not missing content. Yeah, the Heartless Highlander, you guys, is our friend No Mercy Maddie. Oh, you're going back home and you want to stay. Aw. Sorry, Stitch Love. Sono says, hello, Maddie. Joe says, hello, California Dreamin'. I'm sorry, Stitch Love. You want to stay in Texas with your cousins? Aw, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. Plane coming right at us. Luminaries. Oh, hi, Maddie. Yep. Luminaries. That's Maddie. That's our Maddie. No Mercy, No Frills Maddie. Lisa's went filming in Hilford area in a medieval priory. Awesome, Lee. That sounds fun. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, still have the same logo. I'll change it when I design another. There you go, Maddie. Yeah. California Dreamin' says, good morning, Joe. Maddie says, hey, Luminaries. Luminary says, sneaky, Maddie, LOL. Lee says, yes, Maddie, wasn't sure if I was a sister account. If it was a sister account. Yes, gotcha. Dundee says, you're far from heartless, Maddie. No matter how cold you might think your heart is. Nah. Yeah, his heart's huge. Magnetic North says, hi, MK fishing. Dundee says, hi, Lee. Maddie says, my name offended some people. Magnetic North says, yes, an ancient large church. Oh, how beautiful. Beautiful. The Fur Mama says, thank you, Luminary Shine Fishing, for visiting my channel. Oh, yes, Fur Mama, you're fantastic. The Heartless Highlanders, my other account is the Heartless Nomad. Magnetic North says, Luminaries, I sub. Stitch Love is Daisy outside. No, she's in the house. You want to see her? Luminaries love the puppies. Yeah, she's got great dogs. Yes, I know that Nomad, says Magnetic North Adventures. You want to see Daisy, you guys? I'll show her to you. You ready? All right, let's go. What are you doing? Look at her. Hi, Mary. We're just talking to Daisy for a minute. Hi, Daisy Dukes. How are you? Say hello. Uh, oh, she's so. Did that cheer everybody up? I hope that cheered everybody up. Happy Friday, folks. Luminaries loves the fur mom puppies, yes. Stitchlove says, yes, please, yes. Sonal says, Maddie, I will never be offended. Mary's Gigs says, hey, Chat and Daisy. Hi, Mary's Gigs. Everybody say hi to Mary's Gigs. How you doing, Mary? I heard you got mad at somebody yesterday. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, hi, Sonal. Ryan says, hey, Mary. Joe Wrestling says, hello, Mary. Oh, yes. There's Mary, Heartless Highlander. Yep. Lee says, hi, Sonal. Mary says, oh, God, so cute. Thank you, guys. Super cute. Thank you. Lee says, hi, Mary. Lee says, hi, Daisy. Aries World. Hi, Aries World. Barry, Barry's your favorite Barry. Yes. Awesome. Aries World, welcome. Thank you, Luminaries. LOL, Sonal. Maddie says, oh, what a cute she is. She's so cute. Mary says, hi, Magnetic North Adventures. Magnetic North says, hi, Aries World. Sonal says, Aries, same here. The fur mom says, such a sweetie, Daisy. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you. She was so cute, wasn't she? Oh, thank you so much, you guys. The Heartless Highlander says, hey, Aries World. You love to see little Daisy. I know, right? Kumari says, fur mom, my sub to you. Thank you, Kumari. Sis loves, yeah, but I'm still sad. It cheered you up for just a little bit. Less a little bit. Sonal says, hello to Lee. Aries World says, hi, Sonal. Hi, Lisa. Maddie says, hello, Kumari. Magnetic North says, hi, Kumari. Another one, look at. Oh, it's gone. Right over top of us. It's a plane. Sorry, you guys. It's a plane. It's a plane. Maddie says, hello, Kumari. Magnetic North says, hi, Kumari. Luminary says, hi, Mary's Gigs. Fur mom says, thank you, Kumari. Joe says, hello, Kumari. Lisa says, that would have been a great picture for diamond painting. I know, right? I think you can get that, too. I just got to, if I ever get some spare time, I can maybe do some research. Kamari says, hey, Joe Wrestling. Aries says, wahoo. Hey, Aries World. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, folks. Someone says, my favorite zodiac sign is Aries World. There you go. Another plane. Luminary says, hi, Aries World. Aries World says, hi, Magnetic North Adventures. Lisa says, we're in a frame. Yes, in a frame. Aries World says, Daisy's the sweetest. Aw, thank you. So is Airy Bear. They're all the sweetest, aren't they? Mary subbed to Fur Mom. Thank you, Mary. Aries World says, hooray, Sonal's all about freedom. Aries World says, hello, Luminary Shine Fishing. Sonal says, hello, Fur Mom. Aries World says, hi, Mary's World. Sonal says, hello, Mary's Gigs. Aries World says, hello, Kumari. Sonal says, I can't keep up with the chat. Kumari says, Aries World, I sub to you. Thank you, Kumari. Lisa says, hi, Mary. Another plane, guys. Lisa says, hi, Mary. Ryan says, she's looking at you. She was. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, how are you, Mary? Luminary Shine Fishy says, I'm working on a plant scene, diamond dot painting. I find it therapeutic. Yeah. Yeah, I like diamond painting as well. I just wish I had more time for it. Kumari says, hi, Sonal. Sonal says, I apologize if I missed anyone. The chat is going fast. I apologize if I missed anyone. Hi, everybody. Welcome. The Fur Mom says, hello, Sonal's all about freedom. Joe says, how are you today, Daisy? Ah, Joe, I'm good. Thank you for asking, Joe Wrestling. I'm very good. Aries World says, Kumari, we sub to you. You saw the potatoes and the crabs. Were those crabs? Granny Paula says, happy summer. Hey, Paula. Everybody say hello to Paula. Paula, happy summer to you. Aries World says, thank you, Kumari. Paula says, hello, everyone. Hello, Paula. Welcome, welcome to Friday Tea Time. Welcome. Lee says, hi, Paula. The Heartless Highlander Maddie's also says, hi, Paula. The From Mom TV says, thank you for subbing Mary's Gigs. Dundee says, going live myself in a bit, making a healthy, tasty breakfast and some meal prep as well as Q&A, but still listening while getting the kitchen ready. Oh, thank you, Dundee. I'll look forward to your live. Granny Paula says hi to Lee. Kumari says, Aries World, yes, they were crabs. Paula says, hello, Heartless. Ryan says, Granny Paula, hi. Paula says, hi, Ryan. Another plane. Luminary says, awesome, Marlon. Kumari says, Granny Paula, I sub to you. You don't have to sub to Granny Paula. She does not do content. She's a watcher. Joe says, hello from Mom TV. I've subbed to you. Sono says, hello, awesome Paula. She is awesome. She's another Anne. Paula is another Anne. That's how near and dear to me she is. Aries World says, yummy, yummy. Yeah, you're making me hungry, Marlon. Ryan says, Granny, I sub to your channel. Magnetic North says, air traffic day. Yes. Every day. There's a small airport right over here. It's over there. And it's all day long. Paula says, hello, Kumari, thanks. I just watch other channels. Paula says, oh, Daisy, too kind. I love ya. Luminary says, hi, Paula, nice to meet you. And Paula says, hi back to Luminaries. There's another plane. Another one. Yep. The Heartless Nomad support from Scotland. Whoops, hold on. The Heartless Highlander. Add as mod. We're going to add you on anyways, okay? Lee says, hi, Nomad. Dundee says, chocolate pancakes, but in a healthy way. Oh, awesome, Dundee. Enjoy that. Luminary says, hi, Nomad. The Heartless Nomad says, hey, Lee, brother. Brother Lee. The Heartless Nomad. Maddie says, hey, Luminaries. Hey, Luminaries. You Wished is here. Hi, You Wished. MDM, I'm off to Springfield, Missouri in a few hours to go Bass Pro Shops for fly fishing materials. Nice. You Wish, that sounds so fun. Nice. Sono says, hello, Brown Maddie. The Heartless Nomad says, Lee is my middle name. Look at that. Lee says, hi, You Wished. Sono says, hello, You Wished. The Heartless Nomad says, hi, Sono. Granny says, hello, Sono. Magnetic North says, cool. Cool. Cool it is. Nomad says, You Wish. I'm flying ties right now. Blue Sono says, I think I said hello to everyone. Hello, Blue Sono. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. You Wish says, going fly fishing at Bennett Springs, Missouri tomorrow. And kayaking the Niangua River Sunday. You Wish, that sounds great. That sounds really fun. Lee says, hi to Blue Sono. Bennett Springs, Missouri, and kayaking. Oh, how fun. That sounds like really a good weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. Blue Sono says hello to Lee. Hello, Blue Sono. How are ya? Smurf Sono. We call you Smurfy Sono. Blue Sono's the Smurf Sono. And then he has the regular Sono. Paula says, no worries, Sono. Just do a wave. Just say hello. Ryan says, hey, Paula. Another plane, guys. See, all day long. All night long. Ryan says, hey, Paula. Mary Skiggs says, what would you do if you saw DoorDash with a snake around their neck? Run? I don't know, Mary. What would you do? Did you see something like that? Aries World says, back to work, but have a phenomenal day. Thank you, Aries World, so much. Thank you for the love. Hit that like button, everybody. Double tap your screen. Hit the like button if you're on a computer or laptop. Thank you, thank you. Aries World, have a great Friday. Have a good weekend too if I don't see ya. Smurf Sonos is doing well. LOL. I love the Smurf Sonal. I do too. Smurf Sonal. I love it. Everybody loves the Smurfs. Aries World says, love the view. Thank you, Aries World. Paula says, thank you, Ryan. Hello. Aries World says, wait, there are two Sonals? He's got a backup. He's got a backup channel. The blue one. The other one is, Sonal is all about freedom. Yeah. Lee says, yes, Smurf Sonal, as we don't want Sonal being a blue mood. No blue moods. Turn those blue moods into sunshine. I don't know. Joe says, the sky is beautiful. It is, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. Sonal says, I hope Papa Smurf doesn't get upset with me. Granny says, oh, Aries World, I just realized that. Yeah, Aries World. Hello, Aries World. He had to go back to work. He says, haha, samesies, Granny Paula. He's so fun. Smurf Sonal says, Lee, LOL. Granny Paula says, hi and hello, Aries World. Mary Skig says, why would you run? It's not like it's going to jump off the person and get you. I'm just wondering if someone else is talking about it. I would run. I would run. I don't like snakes, let alone it's probably a great big fat venomous snake. Yeah, no, I would run. I'm a baby. The Heartless Highlander says, you wish and subbed Buddy. Thank you. Maddie subbed you wished. Granny Paula says, Aries World. Ryan says, did you sub back to me, Paula? No, Paula does not do that. No, Ryan. She does not do that. Dundee says, I pet the snake. Yeah, Dundee would pet it, Mary. There you go. Magnetic North says, take care, Aries World. Smurf Sonal says, thanks to Lee. Sherbert says, haha, Aries World. Aries World says, thanks, Magnetic North Adventures. Sherbert says, have a good day. I meant shaking my head. Smurf Sonal says, hello, Purple Sherbert. Aries World says, hee hee, and hello, Sherbert. Sorry I missed you. Great Grandma Sherbert has a nice ring to it. It sure does. It sure does. Let's pin that up. We like that. Paula says, Ryan, I don't do automatic subbing. It took me a while to get to know Kelly here and sub her. Please understand I can't handle multiple channels on here, nothing personal. Yeah, Ryan, yeah, just leave Paula alone and just say hello to her. All right. Thank you, Paula. Yeah, Paula. Paula and I go way back. Paula and I go way back. And I'm not going to let anybody bother her. Smurf Sonal says, take care, Aries World. Cheryl says, Share Bear sending love to Aries World, too. Lisa says, I see a puppy waving in that cloud. Did I miss it? A lot of clouds. Lisa says, I see a puppy. Mary says, hey, Maddie. Paul says, I don't do content on my channel. Ryan says, I understand. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for understanding. Smurf Sonal says, I don't like snakes. Me neither. I don't like them. Maddie, the Heartless Highlander, says, love to Mary. Aries World says, thank you, Sonal's all about nature. Sonal's all about nature. Hey, Sonal. Smurf Sonal. You're welcome, Aries World. Mary says, that name needs to change. What name, Mary? That name needs to change. Aries World says, Granny Paula, it's understandable. Just enjoy what you can do. Yeah, Paula just comes to who she likes to come to, and that's it. Paula says, thank you, Ryan. I'm happy to chat on here. Yes, exactly, Paula. Thank you. Paula says, thank you, Aries World. The Heartless Highlander. Smile, be happy. Aw, buddy. Maddie, thank you so much. You are so kind. You are so kind, Maddie. Thank you so much. The Heartless Highlander, you guys. You guys know no frills, no mercy, Maddie. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so very much. You touch my heart all the time. You're so generous. Sonal's all about nature, says Paula. It's okay. Paula says, thank you, Sonal. Paula says, thank you, the Heartless Nomad. Magnetic North says, Paula is nice. Have you on here? It's nice having, yes, it is. She's very sweet and funny, and I love her, and I don't want people bothering her. Aries Real said, awesome. The Heartless Highlander. Yes, thank you so much, Maddie. Paul says, thank you so much, Magnetic North Adventures. I enjoy all of you. Oh, we love ya. Someone's all about nature, says Mary, mine, or Maddie. I don't know what she's, yeah, let's see what she says. MD says, hi. MD said, hi. Welcome, MD. Paul says, 45 likes here. All the love for Daisy May. Oh, thank you, guys. 45 likes. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Another plane. Oh, it's a helicopter. See it? It's way over there. It's a helicopter. It's a helicopter. All right. Granny Paul is laughing out loud. Sonal's all about nature says Maddie should change his name from Heartless Highlander to the Generous Highlander. Paula says, I agree, Sonal. Heartless Highlander says, Sonal, no, I'm just a normal guy. Lee says there's 50 likes now. Oh, thank you, 50 likes. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you, thank you. I love that number. Look who's here. Look who's here, guys. Knuckle busting numbskull's here. Hey, buddy, how you doing? He says, good morning, all you beautiful people. Knuckle busting numbskull. How are you, buddy? How's it going? Paula says, great. Granny says, hi, Knuckle. Sonal's all about nature says, Paula, I never force anyone to sub back. I just sub and let people sub if they want to. Exactly, Sonal, me too. Knuckle says, hi, Granny Paula. Lisa says, Paula, mine is showing 52. Mine's showing 51, but I don't care. 50, awesome. Thank you, thank you. Another plane coming. The Heartless Highlander says, hey, Knuckle buddy. The Heartless Highlander is Maddie. No frills, no mercy, Maddie. Lee says, hi, Knuckle buddy. Sonal says, hey, Maddie, LOL. Ryan says, what? Lisa says, hi, Knuckle. Granny Paula says, hi, Lisa smiles a lot. That's great, and hello to you, too. Knuckle buddy, Knuckle busting numbskull says, howdy Lee. Ryan says, Paula, I'm sorry. Thank you, Ryan. Very sweet of you. Knuckle says, hey, Lisa. Paula says, that's a good policy. Sonal's all about nature. Paula says, Ryan, no worries, my friend. Lee says, hi, Lisa. Sonal says, as long as they are not bots, that's LOL. And I'm caught up in the chat. I'm caught up in the chat. Woo-hoo-hoo. We have 29 votes. Remind me to close the poll when we say goodbye. Daisy's treat for a weak cutie. Oh my God. Maddie, thank you. Maddie. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you. You are so generous. He's right. The Heartless Highlander does not suit you. Maddie, thank you so much. You are so sweet. Shearber says, the Heartless Highlander, good morning. He's so generous. Oh my God. I love you guys. And I just recently met his wife, Chloe, too. Thank you guys so much. Chloe and Maddie. Generous, and generous. Thank you so much, you guys. You touch my heart, and I don't want to cry. It's so kind. Thank you so much. Luminary says, hey, Maddie. Paul says, Heartless is full of heart today. Yes, he's full of heart every day. That name does not suit him. Someone says, sorry, Maddie, but I'm calling you the Generous Highlander. I like it. Maddie says, hey, love to Share Bear. Paula says, hello, Share Bear. Thank you, Maddie, so much. You are so kind. Sunny Chronicles is here. Everybody say hi to Sunny. Hi, Sunny. Sunny said, good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Sunny. Good to see you. I was in your live, I think yesterday or the day before, but I don't think I said anything. I just watched for a while and gave you a like. Brian says, hey, Daisy. Sunny says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sunny Chronicles. Magnetic North says, hi, Sunny. Friends of Dashers and More, Colleen is here. Everybody say hi to Colleen. She says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my God, what is going on here? What? Vacation Family says, good morning, what a beautiful view. Hello, Vacation Family. And you came in just as Sonal was all about freedom. Sonal, oh my God. Sonal, you're gonna make me cry again. Oh my God, Sonal. Oh, Sonal, thank you guys. Maddie, a box of tissues. Maddie and Sonal, oh my God, thank you guys. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. You touch my heart, you guys. And you touch it without that. You just touch it by being here. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys, so much. Lisa's Maddie, also known as BFG, Big Friendly Giant. Yes. Yeah, he's super. Sunny says, thank you, Callie. Aw, thank you, Sunny. Paula says, hey, Daisy, I have a suggestion. You can unmod me, then people won't sub me. You want me to? Paula, would you rather I do that? I'll do anything you want, Paula. The Heartless Highlander says, Sonal with love. Oh, I love you guys. Maddie and Sonal, oh my goodness. Sonal. Thank you, thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Oh, you guys. Luminary says, Sonal, I know, right? Magnetic North, wow, Sonal, God bless you. God bless Maddie and Sonal, all, both of you and all of you. Really, all of you guys. Every one of you. Sonal says, you're welcome. Sonal, thank you so much, my friend. You are so kind, and so sweet. Luminary Shine Fishing says, what a blessing, Maddie and Sonal. Yes, you guys, it's truly are a blessing. And I'm going to pay that forward, you guys. I'm going to pay that forward. Thank you. I'm going to pay it forward. Thank you, Super Chatters, Paula. Yes, let's pin that, Paula. I love that. Thank you, guys. Sunny says, thanks, so nice, you guys. Sunny says, that's so nice of you guys. Knuckle says, family, Sonal. Paula says, fabulous, thank you. The Heartless Highlander says, love to Sunny. Shipper says, Sonal's all about freedom with love. Sonal says, love to Maddie. Love to all of you. Sonal, Maddie, everybody. Thank you so much, you guys. Paul says, yes, Daisy, I think that might help with my dilemma. Thank you, love. Oh, you got it. You got it, Paula. Anything for you, my friend. Sunny says, hi to Maddie. Sonal says, hi, Sunny. How you doing? Lisa says, love everyone here. A great bunch. Really, a fantastic bunch. Please don't cry. I did it from the heart. Oh, I know you did. And that's what makes it so special. It's very special when somebody does that. At least that's how it is for me. Because my whole life I worked so hard. I worked so hard, you guys. I had to take care of myself because I only had myself. Thank you. You guys are, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Maddie says, Sonal, much love, you're awesome. You are too, Maddie. You're both awesome. Sonal, you're awesome. The Heartless Highlander, you're awesome. Sonal says, you too, Maddie. Lisa says, Granny Paula, know you're a mod to take back. You're important. No take backs. Colleen says, I sub the Heartless Highlander. That's Maddie. No frills, no mercy, Maddie. Colleen. There's Paula. Paula's using the emojis. Thank you, Paula. A Sense of Wonder. Hey, Wander, how are ya? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, A Sense of Wonder. Shipper, send in love. Magnetic North Adventures is hi, friend of Dashers, Colleen. Paula says, Lisa smiles a lot. I can be green important. Green's better than blue, right? Lisa's hi, Wander. Sharebear's using emojis. Thank you, Sharebear. They're so beautiful. The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, friend Dasher, thank you. Colleen. Sonal's all about nature is using love hearts. Sending love. Thank you, Sonal. A Sense of Wonder says, hi, Sharebear. Sonal says, hello, Colleen. Sharebear says, good morning to A Sense of Wonder. Paula's using emojis. Thank you, Paula. Sunny Chronicle says, good morning, Sharebear. Hello, Sunny. How's it going? A Sense of Wonder says, hi, Magnetic North Adventures. Friends of Dashers and More says, good morning, Sunny Chronicles. The Heartless Highlander says, hey, Wander. Thank you so much. Sonal is all about freedom, and my friend, the Heartless Highlander, Maddie, from No Frills, No Mercy, Maddie. Thank you, boys, so much. Dundee says, love you all. I gotta go now. Take care, Dundee. Thank you for being here. Enjoy your breakfast. We'll see you on your live. Friends of Dashers and More, Colleen says, good morning to Sonal. The Heartless Highlander says, hi, Wander. Sunny says, good morning, Colleen. Good morning, Colleen. How are ya? Sonal's all about nature says, I don't know why I keep looking for emojis on this channel. I'm not a member. You're not a member with that channel? Yeah, probably only on the other one. This one might get one. No, you never know, right? Could happen. Joe says good morning to Colleen. Shearber says Sunny Chronicles, Joe Wrestling, good morning. Paula says, hi, Sunny Chronicles. A sense of wonder, friend of Dashers and more. She says hello. A sense of wonder says, hi, Highlander. Dundee in the gym says, I'll keep this stream running in the background. Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, buddy, so much. Appreciate it. Really, I appreciate that. Friends of Dashers and more, Colleen says, good morning to Joe. Granny Paula says, good morning to Joe. Paula says, good morning to Dundee in the gym. Magnetic North says, hope you're well, Colleen. Yeah, I hope you're well, Colleen. I hope you're having a good morning. Lisa's hope you're well, Colleen. Friends of Dashers and more says, good morning to Granny Paula. Someone says, Paula, you're awesome either way. So are you, Sonal. You are really amazing. Sonal says, yes, LOL. Shearber says, friends of Dashers and more. Good morning, Colleen. Shearber says, good morning and sending love to Granny Paula. A sense of honor says, hi, Granny Paula. Friend of Dashers and more, Colleen says, I am magnetic. Sony Chronicles says, hi, Paula. Paula says, Sonal, at you as well, my friend. Paula says, hello to Share Bear. Friends of Dashers and more, Colleen says, good morning, Share Bear. Sonal is all about nature says, hello, Sense of Wonder. Paula says, hi, Sunny Chronicles. A Sense of Wonder says, hi, Sonal. Hi, Sonal. Sonal says, hello, Colleen, in case I missed you. Roll Call's Cabin is here. Cabin's here. He says, good morning, Kelly. Happy Friday. Good morning, my friend Roll Call's Cabin. Welcome, welcome, buddy. How are you? I'm good. I'm so good. Thank you so much for being here. Friend of Dashers and more, Colleen says it's a beautiful day. It is a beautiful day, Colleen. Thank you so much for stopping in. The Heartless Highlander says, Maylee, I'm going to run your content, help your watch hours. Oh, for Lee, awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joe says, good morning, Granny Paula. Roll Call's Cabin says, hi, everybody. I have to go and have an afternoon sleep and a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you, Lee. Have a wonderful day, buddy. Take care. Thank you for being here. Lee, Magnetic North Adventures, working on watch time, guys. If you could help them out, Magnetic North Adventures is working on watch time. The Heartless Highlander said, hey, Roll Call's Cabin, how you doing, bro? Lisa says, wish I could make a donation. Lisa, don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it, Lisa. Susan, proud single mother's here. Hi, Susanna. Susanna, welcome. Lisa says, hey, Roll Call's Cabin. Susanna says, hi. Hi, Susanna, proud single mother. How are ya? A Sense of Wonder says, hi, Roll Call's Cabin. Susanna said, hi. Hi, Susanna. Hello, Susanna. Lisa says, hi, Susanna. Sonal says, hello, Roll Call's Cabin. Lisa says, hi, Roll Call's Cabin. The Heartless Highlander, a blessing from Lisa. Oh, my God, Maddie. Thank you so much. What is going on, you guys? Wowza. I'm in shock, you guys. I'm like literally in shock here. Maddie, the Heartless Highlander, a blessing from Lisa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so sweet. Thank you so much. Lisa says, Magnetic North, have a great day. Sherbert says, good morning, Roll Call's Cabin. Roll Call's Cabin says, hi, Highlander, which is Maddie. Friend of Dashers and more is Colleen, and she says, good morning, Lisa. Roll Call's Cabin says, good morning, Share Bear. Magnetic North says, thanks, Maddie, and I hope to see you all soon. Thanks, Maddie, and all I hope you'll see us for sure. Magnetic North, we'll see you. Lisa says, hey, friend of Dashers, hello. Sherbert says, Magnetic North Adventures, have a blessed day. The Heartless Highlander says hi to Susanna. Roll Call's Cabin says hi, Sense of Wonder. Granny Paula says, thank you so much again. Thank you, Paula. Roll Call's Cabin says hi, Lisa. Sonal's all about freedom. A blessing from Lisa, part 2. Oh my God. Sonal. Thank you so much, Sonal. Oh my God. Sonal and Maddie. Unbelievable. Such generosity. Thank you, boys. Thank you, Sonal, so much. Thank you, Maddie, so much. Oh my God, you guys. Joe says, good morning to Share Bear. Knuckles says, hey, Roadhouse Cabin. The Heartless Highlander says, Sonal, you're the best. You're all the best. All of you are the best. Granny Paula says, Daisy, you have worked so hard to create a lovely community here. You deserve this. Oh, thank you, Paula. Thank you. You guys are so sweet. Sonal says, hello to Knuckle. Cabin says, hey, Lee, how are you doing? Sonal says, I agree, Paula. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, you guys. You're making me cry. Knuckle says, hi, Sonal. Cabin says, hey, Sonal. Magnetic North Adventures is getting there, roll calls, Cabin. Yep. He's working on hours, everybody. Magnetic North Adventures. Give him a watch. Go watch a playlist. Okay, Magnetic North Adventures. Roll calls, Cabin says, Knuckles, good morning, buddy. Sonal says, you're welcome. Thank you, Sonal, so very, very much. So kind. Colleen says, good morning, Roll calls, Cabin. Paula says, Daisy, thanks for the unmod. I think this will help. You're welcome, Paula. You are welcome. Anything I can do for make it better for you, I will do it. Cabin says, hi, Granny Paula. Paula says, good morning, Roll Calls Cabin. Sonal's all about nature, says, Daisy, you don't have to return the favor. Aw, Sonal, you're so sweet. You're so sweet. You're so kind. Cabin says, good morning, friends of Dashers. Colleen. Sherbert says, Knuckle busted numbskull. Not sure if I said hi. LOL. Wow. Oh, you guys. Wow. Magnetic North says, health going be a while at kidney problem and sciatic nerve keeps trapping. Oh, sciatica is terrible. And kidney problems too? Let's send some prayers and love to Magnetic North Adventures. All out healing prayers, Lee. Paula says, loving all the love here today. I know it. Everybody's so sweet, kind, and loving, and caring, and giving. You see how generous these people are? Generous, generous, generous. Generosity. You don't see it around in the world, but you certainly see it on this live stream here. So many wonderful people and generous people. It touches your heart, you guys. It really, really does. Knuckle says, hi, Share Bear. Magnetic North says, much love to all. See you soon. We'll see you, Lee. Everybody check out Magnetic North Adventures. Watch a playlist. Replay a live stream. Help them out with watch time, okay, everybody? Someone says, Paula, I don't mind if an account creator takes my mod. I'm just happy I'm here. Why would I be angry over a mod wrench? Right? Exactly. If I'm being honest, it's too much responsibility. Yeah, Sonal, it's a lot. Right on. Knuckle says, bye to Lee. Roll calls Catman says, take care, Lee. Bye, Lee. Take care, buddy. Have a good day, Lee. Yeah, Lee's wonderful too, you guys. He's working on watch hours. If anybody wants to watch him, it'd help him out. Roll calls Catman says, take care, Lee. Magnetic North says, Knuckle, I'll see you later. Yeah, Knuckle has a live stream coming up in just a few hours, a couple hours. Yeah. Sonal says, Am. Thank you, Sonal. Thank you. Sonal is all about freedom. Thank you, Maddie, the Heartless Highlander. Amazing people. Amazing channels. Lovely, lovely people. Knuckle says, okay, Lee. Paula says, that's right, Sonal's all about nature. I know Mod Wrenches here help with channel subbing, and that's great for those who are growing their channels. I'm just not in that group. No, Paula just wants to come and talk. She doesn't want the responsibility, and I don't blame her. And honestly, it's whatever she wants. I'll do whatever she wants. No worries at all. We love you, Paula. Knuckle says, okay, Lee. Sonal says, but I will get upset if I'm blocked. If I am blocked for no reason. I'm not going to block you, Sonal. I'm not going to do that. Knuckle says, stay safe, mate. Stay safe, mate. Meaning Magnetic North. Sean says, hey, Daisy morning. Hey, Sean Film Vids. How are you, Sean? Welcome. Paula's and Sonal's all about nature. I was modded to do real mod stuff on another channel, and I said no. I just want to watch and giggle and love. We love you, Paula. Exactly. We just want you to be here and say hello to us. That's all we want. Sean says, hey, Sonal. Lisa says, okay, I'm back. Went to check what NDR posted. Oh, okay, Lisa, thank you. The Heartless Highlander. The Heartless Highlander. Oh, my God. Please treat yourself with love from all in the chat. Maddie, the Heartless Highlander, Maddie. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the Heartless Highlander. Oh my goodness, thank you. Wow. What is going on today, you guys? It's Friday. Oh my God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie. You're so sweet. Sean says, hey, Lisa. Thank you, Maddie. That's so kind of you. Someone says, Paula, even without a wrench, I can find channels. You must be good, Sonal. I'm no good at that. Sean says, hey, nice big donation. Absolutely. Sonal's crazy. Sonal's so generous. Granny Paula laughs. Roadhouse Cabin says, hey, Maddie. Sonal, that's what you're talking about. Sonal. Oh my God. OMG. Sonal is all about freedom. Donation face off between me and Maddie. Oh my God. Oh my God. I love all the colors. Red and pink are my favorite colors, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Paula says 1,000 blessings on your home. Oh my God, you guys. Love and blessings to every single one of you. Oh my God. Darren says, hey Daisy. Hey Darren Film, how are ya? Luminaries. Oh my God, I know. Luminaries. What? What in the world? Oh my God, you guys. Paula says, woohoo, that's right, you guys. Oh my, oh my, oh my. What? Shippers Mind just got my phone call. Her phone call just came in, Share Bear. Someone says, you deserve it, Daisy. Thank you, Sonal. Darren says, yo, Sonal. Lisa says, hey, Sean. Sean says, hey, Sonal. Granny Paul says, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. I'm like blubbering over here. I know. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's right. Oh my God, it's right. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. Granny Paul, or Luminary says, I have been doing dishes but listening the whole time. You deserve this. Oh my God. Oh, holy crap. Oh my God. Sonal says, hello, RC crew, the Heartless Highlander says, Sonal, you're awesome. Sonal is amazing. And so's Maddie. Thank you, guys. Darren says, how are you doing, Sonal? Lisa says, hey, Darren. Sonal says, you really deserve it for all the hard work you do. Oh, thank you, Sonal. I work so hard on this channel, you guys. Trying to make it fun. Trying to make it loving and caring. With some fun games and some fun activities to do throughout the day. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You have no idea. Wow. Wow, you guys. Logan says, hey, Daisy, thank you, Logan. Sonal says, Maddie, you're awesome, too. Sonal and Maddie, you're both awesome and amazing, amazing people. Paul says, I agree, Sonal's all about freedom. Roadhouse Cabin says, hi, Lumi. My nose is running everywhere. Sean says, hey, Logan. Darren says, hey, Logan. Logan says, hey, Darren and Sean. Hey, Logan, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here, Logan. Solis is doing well. Darren, how are you? Lisa smiles a lot, says, you deserve it. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I really don't, but thank you. The Heartless Highlander says, Daisy, you are respected and you deserve every blessing you receive. A beautiful person, heart and soul. Oh, thank you so much. I'm pinning that. I'm pinning that up there. Thank you, Maddie, so much. Cabin says, hey, Logan. Darren Film Vid says, I'm good, Sonal. Color My World says, happy days. Hey, Color My World. Welcome, Darren. Luminary says, hi, Roadhouse Cabin. Roadhouse Cabin says, hey, Darren. Logan RC says, hey, Sonal, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Sonal says, good morning to Logan. Wow. I'm in shock, you guys. Oh, my. Wow. It's just a great big wow, you guys. Hey, Stardashians. Hi, Eric. Welcome. We're having a little party today, you guys. We're having a little party. Logan says, hope you're doing well, Sonal. Lisa says, hey, you're an awesome person and deserve more. I wish I could give. Oh, Lisa, you give just by being here, Lisa. You give just by being here and saying hello. Someone says, Logan, all good, thanks. Sean says, hello, Stardashians. Roadhouse Cabin says, hi, color my world. Paula says, cheers. Sean says, hello, Stardashians. Oh my goodness, Stardashians, hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, Eric. I hope you are. We're having a little party here today. Darren says, hello to the Stardashians. Wow. Oh my God, you guys. Cabin says, hey, good morning to Eric. Good morning, and good morning. Logan says, good to hear Sonal. Granny Paula says, first day of summer, we're celebrating our sweet Daisy May. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much, Paula. The Stardashian says, hey, Brokehouse Cabin. Wayne says, like to know. Hey, everyone. Hey, Wayne. Welcome, Wayne. We did not see Uncle Hairball today, but that's okay. He might be lurking. Maybe he's sleeping. Maybe he's still sleeping. Paula says, hi, Wayne. Hi, everybody. Lisa says, hey, Stardashians. Stardashian says, hello, Wayne. Roadhouse Cabin says, hey, Wayne. Logan says, hey, Stardashian, what's up, bro? Eric says, hi to Lisa. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Sono says, I guess it's too soon. I guess it's too soon. Wayne says, hey, Granny. What do you mean it's too soon, Sono? What's going on? Paula says, hi, Stardashian. Stardashian says, not much, Logan. Paula says, hi to Logan. Paula says, hi, Wayne. Wayne says, hey, Sono and RC crew. Stardashian says, hello, Granny Paula. In case you're just joining us, we have had some beautiful, amazing, humongous donations from Sonal is All About Freedom and Maddie the Heartless Highlander. Everybody thank them for me, and I'm thanking them both. Thank you, Sonal is All About Freedom. And thank you, Maddie the Heartless Highlander. Thank you guys so much. Logan says, nothing much, Stardation, just off my school today. Sean says, hey, Wayne. Sonal says, hello, Wayne. Unbelievable. Devin says, wow, nice. I know, Devin, right? Darren says, hello, Wayne. Stardation says, oh, nice, Logan, I'm still in bed. Sonal says, I call him the generous Highlander, and we should call him that. He is. He's amazing. And honestly, did you guys ever watch his fish streams, his tanks? Beautiful. They are so beautiful. He takes really good care of his fish tanks. They're stunning. Wayne says, hey, Darren and Sean. Logan says, hey, Devin, the house. Sean says, hey, what's Devin? Hey, Devin, what's up? Darren says, hey, Devin. Hello, everybody. Someone says, I do, he's awesome. Wayne says, yo, Devin. Devin says, RC crew. Wowza, you guys. Happy Friday, everybody here. Happy Friday to everybody here. Look at those. Look at that pink and red. Sonal's All About Freedom. The Heartless Highlander. No frills, no mercy, Maddie. You know him, guys. Logan says, how are you doing, Devin? And good morning. The Heartless Highlander says, hey, Stardashians. Eric, how's it going? Sharebear sending love. Thank you, Sharebear. Thank you, Sharebear. Cabin says, well, my break is over. Got to get back to work. Y'all take care and have a great weekend. Thank you, Cabin. You too. Are you going up to the cabin for the weekend? Everybody check out my friend Rokal's cabin. He's got a beautiful, beautiful spread, a beautiful cabin. He does lots of work. Great guy, great channel. The Heartless Highlander says, Rokal's later, bro. Logan says, nice Stardashians. Rokal's cabin using emojis. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. You guys. Rokal's cabin says, have a blessed day. Sharebear says, Rokal's cabin, have a blessed day. Logan says, hey, Heartless. Heartless Highlander. You know him as No Frills, No Mercy Maddie. In his lovely life. Chloe, he does fly fishing. I think he said there's a tournament coming up. It might be this weekend. Logan says, hey, Heartless. The Heartless Highlander, Maddie says, Logan, hi, buddy. We got 20 people still hanging out and 59 thumbs up. What a day, you guys. What an amazing, amazing day. Sean says, by Rocaw's Cabin. Wow. I do look good in red and pink, just so you know. That was a joke. Darren says, later, cabin. Later, Rocaw's Cabin. Yeah, he's got a great cabin there and a really nice piece of property. Luminary says, I want to learn fly fishing is why I like to watch Maddie. Great skills. Yeah, he's fantastic at fly fishing. He could come here and probably teach somebody on a boat. Sherber says, this chat is the best. It is. You guys all make it that way. We're going to pin that up real quick before we go. Absolutely. Great people in this chat room, great people at this channel that come and visit and talk to us. And look at the donations. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Sono's all about freedom, amazing. Maddie, the Heartless Highlander, no frills, no mercy, Maddie. Amazing generosity in there. Excuse me, I just hit it. They are the best, absolutely. Heartless Highlander Maddie says, thank you, luminaries. He also says, I have 2 boats and I need to start using them. Oh yeah, I want to see that. Wicked Girl, good morning, new viewer. Hello, Wicked Girl, welcome. Welcome to Florida. Share Bear said, don't forget to close the poll. Thank you, Share Bear. Very soon I will be doing that. Thank you, Share Bear. Granny Paul says, cheers to that, Share Bear. Sean says, hey, Wicked Girl. Wicked Girl, how are you? Welcome. Someone says, sometimes I do get carried away with my jokes. We love your jokes, Sona. We love your jokes. We love you. Share Bear sending love hearts. Thank you, Share Bear. Paula says, cheers to that, Share Bear. Sona's using emojis. Thank you, guys. Logan says, good morning to Wicked Girl. Good morning, Wicked Girl. Darren says, hey, Wicked Girl. Wicked Girl says, I'm in Florida also. Beautiful day. Where in Florida are you? This is East Coast, Florida. We're on the ocean side of Florida. How about you? Sona says, hello, Wicked Girl. And Wicked Girl says, hello, Sean. Hello, Sean. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Devin Clamps here using emojis. Thank you, Devin. How's it going today? The Heartless Highlander Maddie says, Sono, buddy, utmost respect to you, my friend. That's from the heart. I love you guys. You guys are so sweet. Sono says, hey, what's up, Wicked Girl? Granny Paul says, hello, Wicked and Devin. Wicked Girl says, I'm on the East Coast as well. Get out of town. We're near Fort Lauderdale. We are near Fort Lauderdale. How about you, Wicked Girl? I love meeting close new friends. Awesome. Wayne says, hey, Sono. Paula says, oops, Wicked Girl, sorry, spelled wrong up above. That's okay. We don't take off for spelling. Wicked Girl says, hello, Darren. Someone says, oh, thanks, Maddie, back at ya. Devin says, hey, Paula. Logan says, how are you doing, Devin? Welcome, welcome, everybody. How is everybody? I can't, near New Smyrna. Oh, you're up north. All right, you're up north more. Well, welcome, Wicked Girl. Welcome to South Florida. We're in South Florida. Someone says, Paula, I butchered her name too. It's okay. We don't take off for spelling. Devin says, I'm okay, Logan. Granny Paula's like, oops, I spelled it wrong. That's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Logan says, Devin, hope you're doing well. Paula says, we meant well, Sono. Alex Xavier, the phone collector said hi. Hello, Alex Xavier. I love that name. Welcome. And you're a San Francisco 49ers fan? Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sono says, hello, Xavier. Alex Xavier. Wicked Girl says, hi. It's absolutely fine for the poppies. Welcome, Wicked Girl. Granny Paul says, hello, Alex Xavier, the phone collector. Devin says, you too, Logan. Wayne says, Devin, I see you, haha. Wicked Girl says, oops, it's not poppies. She meant oops. Oops a daisy. Devin says, hey, Wayne. guys are amazing. Alex Xavier says, hey there, Sona and Paula. Wicked Girl says, my phone loves to autocorrect the worst times. Right, Wicked Girl? All the time. Wayne says, hey Darren, Sona's a Wicked Girl. I have a problematic history with autocorrect. We have Sonal. Sonal the autocorrector. Wayne says, hey Devin. Logan says, hey Wayne. Wicked Girl says, Sonal never fails, right? Wicked Girl. Lisa says, I put the phone down by the window and your voice made our temperature jump to 87 degrees. You're funny, Lisa. Lisa is so sweet and funny. Sonal says, what's up, Wayne? What's up, Wayne? What's up, Wayne? Oh, someone's giving us a whole bunch of love. Thank you for the love, everybody. Thank you for 22 people still hanging out with us at 10:30 in the morning. 61 thumbs up. Thank you for the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have forgot to double tap your screen, please do it before we say goodbye. Lisa says, you made me smile. You made me smile. Yes, you did, Lisa. Yes, you did. You sure did. Wicked Girl said, do you usually come on live around this time? Yes, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, and last week we went to the lighthouse. If you want to take a look on our channel, on my channel, there's, we went to the lighthouse and we took a boat ride last week. You might like it. It's Florida stuff, you know? Sean says, hey, Wayne. Wayne says, hey, Sean. Sonal says, what's up, Sean? Rolling my eyes at you. Rolling my eyes. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Good morning and good morning and good morning. Don't forget to hit the like button. Let's see what the poll says, okay, everybody? We're going to close the poll. See what it says here. And it says, what's your favorite fruit berry? Strawberry got 44%. Berry came in second with 30%. Blueberry got 18%. And raspberry, the little old raspberry, got 6%. It's all good, right? Lisa says, going to send you heart and more. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa's giving us all kinds of love. Sean says, boring, Sonal, LOL. Darren says, Sean, LOL. Thank you, everybody, for stopping in. All right. Berry came in second. I love it. The Heartless Highlander says, have to nip off, Kelly. Start prepping dinner for kids. Much love from Scotland. Thank you, Heartless Highlander. I will be in your stream the rest of the day, too. I'm going to be over there with you guys. Thank you so much, Maddie, for all your love, all your donations. You are so kind and so generous. Yeah, you touch me so much. The Heartless Highlander, everybody. Check out my friend Maddie, okay? Wicked Girl says, I love living in Florida. There's so many things to do here. I love it, too, except for the heat. It's so hot. Logan says, hey, Sean, LOL. Sonal says, Sean, what's up? Wayne says, that's so funny, Sean. Wicked Girl says, have a great evening, Heartless. Yes. Our friend Maddie. Have a great one, Maddie. Shearbear sending love. Thank you, Shearbear. Luminary says, see you, Maddie. Sean says, Sonal's using gas tax. The Heartless Highlander says, blessings, everyone. Take care. Goodbye, Maddie. Thank you so much for being here today. Sonal says, take care, generous Highlander. Yeah, take care, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Paula says, Daisy, I will see you later. Have a good day. Same to everyone. Love you all. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, Paula. We'll see you around. Have a good day, Paula. Thanks for being here. Wicked Girl says, have a lovely day, everyone. I hope I said hi to everyone that said hi. Thank you, Wicked Girl. Sonal sending love. Thank you, Sonal. Sonal is all about freedom. Said hi. Thank you, Sonal. Abigail's here. Hi, Abigail. Abigail says, hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, Abigail. How are you? Wayne says, Sonal, I'm watching you. Granny Paula's blowing kisses. Thank you, Paula. Abigail's having a good day, everyone. Abigail says, hi, no. Luminary says, see you, Granny Paula. Sean says, hey, Abigail. Wicked Girl says, lovely to meet you, Miss Daisy. Lovely to meet you too, Wicked Girl. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Sherbert says, hello, Abigail Carpenter. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. We love you, Abigail. Thanks for being here. And thanks for all the love. Is that Lisa giving us more love? Thank you for the love, you guys. Abigail says, I'm doing amazing. Paula says, oops, I will say hello to Abigail first. Hello, dear Granny. Paula says, hi, Abigail. Someone says, Wayne, I'm watching you, buddy. Sherbert says, love you all. Have a great day. Thank you, Sherbert. You too. Luminary says, hi, Abigail. Abigail says, love you, luminaries. Lisa says, if you had to watch New York, Florida, which would you choose? I would choose Florida to watch. I would want to watch Florida. I love Florida as far as, the scenery, the water, the blue sky and the sunshine. Everything's green. I watch other people's live streams and everything's brown. And this is green and blue, and those are like my favorite colors. Earth tones. A little bit of brown. The trees are brown. But the earth is green here. And the water, of course. Wayne says, hey, Sonal. Abigail says, hi, Lisa. Luminary says, hi, wicked girl. Abigail says, happy Friday, everyone. Yes, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Darren says, hey, Abigail, how you doing? Wicked girl says, hello, luminaries. Knuckles says, hi, Abby. Abby to the Gale. Someone says, awesome, Sean Film Vids. Dropped a link, thank you. Sharebear's using emojis. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, guys. Logan says, Sonal, nobody's got time for this. Nikki says, emojis. Thank you, Nikki. Nikki Lee, everybody. Check out my friend, Nikki Lee. She's a wonderful lady, and she's so fun and real. She's a real lady, and I love her. Lisa says, hi, Abigail. Knuckle says, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Thank you, Knuckle. Abigail says, hi to Nikki. Wicked Girl says, yes, he can turn down a little. Yes, turn it down just a little bit. I like about 80. I like the high 70s, maybe 81, 82, 83. Yeah. Sean Film says, hey, Sonal. Sonal says, hey, Wayne. Sherebear says, YouTube crashed my tab. Sorry, Sherebear. Nikki Lee says, Knuckles, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A Sense of Wonder says, hey, Nikki. Wayne RC says, hey, Nikki. Abigail says, happy Friday, Nikki. Nikki says, hey, Abigail. Sherebear says, Nikki Lee, how you doing? Prayers for you and love. A Sense of Wonder says, hi to Abigail. Wayne says, Sonal, no time for this. No time for this. Sonal says, Sherebear, I'll put YouTube in time out. Thank you, Sonal. Abigail says, love you, Wonder. Sean says, hey, Wayne. Nikki says, hey, Miss Wander. Sherebear says, and they muted it. Sherebear. Abigail says, I'm sending prayers for everyone. Thank you, Abigail. Wicked Girl says, HIJKLMNOP, LOL. Sean says, hey, Nikki. Sonal says, Sherebear, LOL. Darren says, oh, QRSTUV. I love it. Sherebear says, Sonal's all about freedom, love hearts to you, buddy. Wayne says, Sean, you want to take 10? Nikki says, hey, Sean. Abigail says, you're welcome. Sonal's using emojis. Thank you, guys. Wicked Girl says, hey, Sherebear. Logan says, Sean, LOL. Lisa says, a friend said I should move to New York because it's better than Florida. I love New York. I do. I would go back there in a New York minute. It would be better now if I went back there because I don't have to go to work. I'm retired. And the only part I didn't like about living up there was the winter. But because I had to go to work. You know what I mean? I don't have to go to work now. So I would move there. I would actually love to move back there for a while. Yeah. A Sense of Wonder says, Abigail, good morning. It's so nice to see you. You are the best. Sending love and light. Yeah, Abigail's amazing, everybody. Abigail is a ray of sunshine. Sean says, no, Wayne. Sonal says, Sherebear love. Sherebear sending love back to Sonal. Thank you, guys. Abigail says, thank you so much, Wonder. Thank you so much, Wonder. Look at those beautiful donations. I don't know if you guys can see them, but wow. Sonal and Maddie. Whoa. Wowza. Wowza is all I can say. I'm shocked. I am really in shock, you guys. Sonal's all about freedom. It's love for everyone. Thank you. Sense of Wonder says, hey, Abigail. When Larry sings, hey, Larry, how's it going? Larry says, hey, Daisy, that looks like a different boat. No, it's the same boat. It's the same boat. You're seeing low tide. Yeah, what you're seeing is low tide. So it's way down. in the water. That's why it looks different, but it's the same boat. Larry, how's it going, bud? When Larry sings. When Larry sings, everybody listen. A sense of wonder says, hey, Abigail. Abigail says, hi, Uncle Larry. Sonal says, hello, Larry. Larry says, hey, Sister Abigail. Sean says, how are you doing, Nikki? A sense of wonder says, hi, Larry. Larry says, oh, okay. It's good. Larry says, it's good. Sonal says, I'm having a weekend fever now. Weekend fever. Weekend fever. Yeah. Larry says, hey, Wander. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. We're going to come back later and play Scrabble. If anybody's interested in playing Scrabble, 2 p.m. Scrabble's getting really popular, and I'm enjoying it. So if anybody wants to play Scrabble, come on back later. Logan says, hey, RC. Larry says, hey, Wander. Sono says, hey, Logan. Larry says, I just ate some cold pizza. Ooh, I'm hungry, Larry. I'll have some of that pizza. Lee says, okay, I think I took Anne's place. Thought I saw someone in the water. You did, Lisa? Where? Show me where. Wicked Girl says, oh, fun Scrabble. Yes, we play Scrabble in the afternoon, after lunch. Logan says, hey, Sono. Yeah, we play Scrabble. And we do crossword puzzles. Tonight, we play crossword puzzles at nighttime, too. A Sense of Wonder says, Larry, nice, man. Cold pizza's good. He likes cold pizza. Wayne says, hey, Sono. All right, folks, we got to get taken off. Daisy has to go out and do her business. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to Sonal. It's all about freedom. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to Maddie, our friend, No Frills, No Mercy Maddie, the Heartless Highlander. Thank you, and thank you. Stardashians, yeah, we'll see you later. We're coming back with Scrabble later, guys. Lisa says between the two boats. Between the two boats, Lisa? Yeah. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. I promise you, there's nobody there. Stardashian says, see you later, Daisy. I'll see you later, Eric. I'll be in your stream later, too. Sean says, Sono, I see ya. Stardashian says, love ya. Love you too, guys. Love the Stardashians. Eric and Lee, we love you guys. Sono says, take care, everyone. Larry says, pizza is one thing that's always gets eaten. Yeah, here too. We eat leftover pizza. I even freeze it, and I'll pull it out when I'm in the mood for some. Yep. Wicked Girl says, have the loveliest day, everyone. Great to meet you all. Oh, Wicked Girl, thank you. It's great to meet you too, a fellow Floridian just up north. Welcome. Stop back and visit us whenever you can, okay? Wayne says, hey, Sono, I'm rolling my eyes at ya. Sharebear sending love hearts. Thank you, Sharebear. Sharebear says, Sono's all about freedom. Love hearts for you, too. Sono says, you're welcome times 3 days each. Sono, thank you, and 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 thank you. Sono is all about freedom, is our generous, generous, generous friend. And so is Maddie, No Frills, No Mercy Maddie, the Heartless Highlander. Stardashian says, we're looking for Waldo. We'll be looking for him later. We'll look for him later. Darren says, bye, Sonal. Stardashian says, hi, Sharebear. Logan says, later, Sonal. A Sense of Wonder says, good day, all. Thank you, Sense of Wander. Go out there and make it a good day. Sonal sending love hearts to Sharebear. Sonal sending them for everyone. Thank you, Sonal. Knuckles says, hi, Star. How's your day so far? Sharebear sending love hearts, too. Sean says, bye, Daisy. Bye, Sean. Lisa says, that one big window looks like a wink. It does. It does. I agree, it does. Sonal says, our crew, take care. Darren says, bye, Daisy. Bye, Darren Film Vids. Welcome. Thank you for being here. And have a good rest of your day. Sonal's using love hearts. Thank you, Sonal. Logan says, later, Daisy. Sharebear says, everyone have a wonderful, blessed day. Make it a great day. Bob says, where's this? Hi, Bob. This is Florida. Where are you at, Bob? Thank you for stopping in and saying hello. Lisa's using emojis. Thank you, Lisa. Wayne says, bye, Daisy. See you next time. We'll see you next time. Wayne, thanks for your support. Sonal says, Waldo makes me tired. Me too, but he's fun. It was so fun that first day, but last night we had connection issues, so. As soon as I see the cloud saying, I don't know. I like it. Bob says Florida. Yes, Florida. Yeah. Someone says, hello, Bob. Shearbird says, yes, Bob. Lisa's sending love hearts and and a tiara and a crown. Thank you. Someone sending love. Lisa sending love. We're going to say goodbye. 13 people still hanging out. 62 thumbs up. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the donations, everybody. Thank you for being here, everybody. Bob said that's where I'm at in Florida, Alligator Point. I don't know where Alligator Point is, Bob. Is it in Everglades? We're by Fort Lauderdale. Someone says, I have the same problem with my stream, internet problems. Yeah, last night it was terrible. Hi, Sapphire. Sapphire's here. Hi, Sapphire. We're just getting ready to say goodbye, but I want to at least say, hey, Sapphire, welcome. And happy Friday. North Florida. Oh, I'm in South Florida. Well, welcome, Bob from Florida. Welcome. Lisa says, have a great rest of the morning, everyone. Yes, have a great day, everybody. Sherbert says, hi, Sapphire. Someone also says, hello, Sapphire. All right, we're really leaving. We'll be back at 2 o'clock with Scrabble, okay? Meet us back here for Scrabble at 2 o'clock Eastern time. I love you all so much. Have a great rest of your day if I don't see you. Have a great weekend if I don't see you. And we'll see you soon. I love you all so much. Sonal, Maddie, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anthony. Anthony's here. Oh, I can't go yet. Anthony says, good morning, everyone. And cheers to Sonal. So awesome for the donation. Yes. And he did more than just that one, too. He did more than that. Luminary says, have a great day, everyone. Thank you, Luminaries. You too. Everybody check out Luminaries. Sonal says, take care, everyone. Happy Friday. And hello, Anthony. Hello, Anthony. We're just getting ready to say goodbye. But we'll be back for Scrabble if you can make it. All right? Have a good day, everybody. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks and happy Friday. Thanks, Anthony, for stopping in. Hit that like button, everybody. If you didn't, hit it on your way out. Double tap your mobile device screen if you're on a phone. Sherbert says, Anthony Chihuahua, good morning, happy Friday. Todd's here. Todd. Todd says, good morning, hi and bye. Welcome, Todd. Anthony says, cheers. We'll be back later with Scrabble, everybody, if you can make it. Anthony says, Sherbert, I'm feeling ya. Knuckles says, have a great day, Daisy. Thank you, Knuckle. I'll see you in your live stream, too. All right, folks, have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll be back at 2 o'clock p.m., 3 hours from now, with Scrabble. Sonal, everyone is awesome, including you, Daisy. You're awesome, Sonal. Thank you so much. Rigby colleagues, yeah, wow, Sonal, right? Amazing. Jason said, hi, Jason. 603 Magna Pirate, Jason's here. Hey, Jason. Sherbert sending love. Anthony says, drink your water. Yes, everybody, drink your water. Drink it, the water. Yes, indeed. Sonal says, hello, Zoe Pug. Jason says, hi, Sonal and Sherbert. Anthony's using the love hearts. Thank you, Anthony. Sonal sending love hearts, too. Thank you. Okay, we're going. Rigby says, I'm going to go live, so bye. Bye, Rigby. I'll check you out. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in just a few hours for Scrabble. If you want to play, come on back. We'll see you then. Thank you for the love. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa RC. Welcome. We're just getting ready to say goodbye, Lisa. So hi and goodbye. All right, folks. We'll see you soon. Anthony says Magic needs her own member emoji. They're coming, Anthony. They are coming on the emoji pick poll. I have some of hers by herself. Sonal says take care, and Sonal said hi. All right. Bye, folks. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. We'll see you at 2 o'clock. You voted, Anthony? Thank you, Anthony. Sonal says take care, Lisa. All right. We'll see you in 3 hours, if you can make it, for Scrabble. All right? Yep, my phone's almost dead, too. Cheers, one and all, Anthony. Bye, Lisa. Bye, Anthony. Bye, Sonal. Bye, everybody. Love to all. See you soon.